Part 2. Azure Moon. Harpstring Moon. The King's Triumphant Return.
No, that happened 2 chapters ago. Catch up with me, game.
Following the death of Rodrigue, Dimitri begins to question his desire for revenge. His troubled mind turns to the kingdom capital and how he might end the chaos plaguing Fargus once and for all.
Our boy is starting to get some sense knocked into him. Oh, he's, it took something so world-endingly, just like, shattering. It sucks, but Jesus, sometimes it takes something that big to knock people out of a behavior that they're just addicted to, self-destructive behavior and he was so just and never-ending spiral downwards. I'm happy that he's maybe finally is able to break himself out. Please get better, Dimitri. We're all here for you.
Our victory at Drondr was certainly a turning point for us. However, Rodrigue's death has been difficult to bear. We've lost considerable military strength and resources.
Yeah, he brought a lot of forces, didn't he? And they're not just gonna hang around with us forever. Is there no way to secure more soldiers?
If we split up the soldiers currently defending the monastery, we should have sufficient numbers to invade the Empire. But even then...
Your Highness, you should be resting. Your wounds are still healing. I am well, I assure you. More importantly, may I have a moment of your time?
This is the first time I think he's ever said may since we all came back. And he doesn't have the bags under his eyes anymore.
Thank you. I wish to apologize to all of you. I have led you down this dark path with me, and have caused so much suffering along the way. I cannot tell you how sorry I am for my behavior. There is no apology I could offer that would be sufficient.
And how do you intend to make up for my father's death?
This is already big, Felix. You shush your face for a minute.
Felix, I realize words alone are not enough to repent, but I fear they are all I have.
I'm not after more empty words. I want you to speak through your actions.
I know that no amount of regret can ever bring back the lives we have lost. I know that well.
Oh, I was hoping he'd have voice shake there. Oh, he did.
It is like patching up a tear with a different material. Things can never be as they were. The best I can hope for is to make things whole again. I wish to do the right thing from now on. That is why I have made a decision. I intend to take back the kingdom capital. I wish to save our people. Those who I turned my back on for far too long.
Yeah. Go back to, what's it called? Fraldarius! No, that's Felix's house. Going back to, Argus is the kingdom. I had this in my mind the other day. We're going back to the capital! Yay!
To follow my heart and do the right thing. That is the only way I can atone for my sins.
Your Highness.
Ferdiad!
If we can win back Ferdiad, it will give us the advantage in our war against the Empire. As one who has served the royal family for ages, know that your words bring me great joy and pride. That said, I must point out that if we make for Ferdiad, the Emperor's head will slip further out of reach. Can you live with that?
I still hold hatred in my heart for her, and for the ones responsible for the tragedy. That I will carry with me until death. But my life is my own. It belongs to no one else, and it is high time that I started living for what I believe in. I will no longer allow the voices of the dead to bind me. This is something that I must do. No, something that I am choosing to do.
Yes! That is such a good... that last line. That gives it so much more conviction. It's not a obligation at that point. It's just like, I fucked up and I am going to make it better.
I will accomplish my aim, even if it means risking my life to do so.
Understood, Your Highness. So, any objections?
No, we're going back to take back the capital. Count me in. Yeah, hell yeah.
You are correct. We cannot afford to die in vain by recklessly challenging the Empire.
I am at your command, Your Highness. I will follow you anywhere.
I'll help too. The people in Ferdiad need us.
Fine, I'll help you. In my father's stead. But in return, you must win. You know that, don't you, Dimitri?
I think that's the first time he's ever called him by name in this game.
I do. And I swear on my father's lance that we will prevail.
Then it is decided. It seems this war council has much to discuss. Our next stop is Ferdiad, the kingdom capital, for the future of Fargus.
Woo! Okay, good. Yes. He's back. He's feeling better. I mean, it's not something you can just flip a switch and everything is good again. I want to see some more Fallout, but I think he's finally able to take part in things. He can hold his own seminars now. He's back in schooling and classes in the war councils and stuff. Yes, yes, yes. Now I can actually get him back and involved in things. What a nice, a great way to open up this chapter. I feel like a giant weight has been lifted off my shoulders for that. He's still probably pretty fragile, honestly, but it's fine. It's fine. He's snapped himself out of it. We've snapped him out of it. Rodrigue snapped him out of it. It's so much good stuff. Now, how far off are you from Wyvern Lord? You still need a bunch of axes and flying. You'll get there. You'll get there. I believe you. I believe in you, Dimitri. Okay, so everybody else, I think, yeah, this is all pretty good for now. Wait, no, there's a couple things that I wanted to do. Catherine, just because she's already mastered Swordsmaster a while ago, I want to see what she looks like if I put her in an Armor Knight. The faceplate covers up her mouth. I feel like I've seen this before, but it's still funny now. Whew. I gotta go buy that. Gotta go buy a seal for that. I think that's like an intermediate, advanced? Intermediate seal, yeah. You'll make anything an Armor Knight, will you? Yes, Bonky, any and everything. Catherine was the first intended Great Knight when I recruited her, because I didn't have, like, DD2 was set up to be a War Master at the end. Certifications, Catherine, bam, and put yourself in that big piece of armor, Catherine. The Annette on Hilda crate was so freaking funny. I wish that I'd captured some of Dimitri's one-shots, because those would have made good clips.
Time to celebrate.
Yes. So that's good. Shamir is still working on your current knight class, so Catherine's been bumped back. Gilbert has mastered Fortress Knight, but he's also a great knight. Manuela has mastered Priest. Yeah, I could just put her on a Pegasus. I want to make her a Holy Knight eventually, though. She's actually not oh, damn. Oh, her colors look good in that armor. So, in the meantime, let's make her a Cavalier for a little while. Because then she can work on riding via that.
Well, I'm glad I passed.
Yes, my Manuela's bad, but if I turn her into a Holy Knight, it's fine. She can move far and still do, like, holy things. I, too, also had to make that decision of taking out the country leader with one shot at the cost of my soon-to-be War Master. He survived, thank God. Yeah, DD2 might have gone down had Edelgard decided to be just a little grumpy in that moment. Leonie's working on her Great Knight. She's fine. Marianne is a priest right now, but I could probably put her into a bishop. She's got a 68% chance. Marketplace, item shop, buy for Marianne a quick advanced seal. I'm well aware that I don't really use these characters, but I do occasionally use them for adjutants, and continuing to increase them to do better at that role still seems like a good idea. Woo! And bishop is still like it's still her default outfit.
I passed?
7 defense! Woo, that was good. Dorothy is working on mage. She's fine. I could turn her into a warlock. She's got a good odds at that, and that's still a good outfit for her. Marianne's been bulking up. So Dorothea could class change. Bernadetta can also class change. I think I can just make her a sniper. Yeah, also a 65% chance. Curiosity's sake, what do you look like in a paladin? Yeah, you put on the armor, so 73% chance. That would let her work on those skills that she doesn't yet have to become a bow knight. Like, she needs riding. Why not? She's got a better odds of passing as a paladin. So I need 2 more advanced seals. Ingrid is still working on that one. Annette has a past Dark Knight. Sylvain is still just kind of working on soldier stuff. Felix has a backup. Dee is working on Great Knight. Dimitri has so many things that he can be right now. And Kublis still working on that Swords Master. Okay, everything here is fine. 2 more advanced seals, please. Starting to run almost afoul of that 50,000. I didn't want to go below. Lego Larson, thank you for the follow. Wow. Oh, God. My bitrate just spiked down, so sorry if things hitched for a few minutes there. I'll need to come back at the beginning of the stream because I didn't get my usual notification of you going live. Ah, I'm sorry about that, Garland. My choices: hope my avatar can dodge a 71% chance by a house leader for all his health, or have my grappler one-cycle house leader with gauntlet, but also take 2 magic attacks that would kill him if they both hit. Yeah, that sounds about right for that map there, Crazy. Also, my hair's kind of dry now, so let's get rid of this terrible scruffy blondness. There we go. Feels good. Okay, certifications. Let's throw Bernadetta at Paladin. Yeah. Woo! Put on that black and purple armor. It looks good. I like purple. Stat bonuses, you get 4 defense.
I passed. I passed.
You did it! Yes, please. And then Dorothea. Upgrade yourself to a warlock. Huh? Everybody passed. I had like a bunch of 67s this time and nobody failed. That's spectacular. Stat bonuses? More defense.
I passed thanks to you.
Everybody got a bunch of defense boosts. Boosts. What is a boast? Bosses? It's not a word. Okay, good. Everything there is all dealt with. Let's go do some exploration. Well, let's check this out first. Rare monster sighting, bitter eats, fish of mystery. Something strange is happening in the fishing pod. Golden fish, so that's for Munsies. Rare monster sighting, morale meals. Effects are enhanced when dining with an ally. Yeah, I think that we can plow through this entire month here. I don't have to go out and do any more battles. But for curiosity's sake, I'm gonna see what happens if this one has a suggested level of 35. I think I'm all there already, so yeah. Let's just plow through it. Explore, do a whole bunch of professor training here. This is the 4 graduation stream reblog for good luck in your classroom, in your classes next month. Reblog, what? What? Are you actually on Tumblr? Me not getting a notification was due. Hey, clearing the cache main browser. Thank you, Mithril Zenith, for the sub for 4 months on a 4-month streak. Happy 4 months or whatever this nonsense is. Boop. Thank you. Enjoy the continued use of your emotes. Let's go talk to the peoples. Oh, there's another tournament on. What's the tournament? What's the tournament? What's the tournament? Can I throw Dimitri at it? Can I just destroy all the face with... Why do I always think this is where the tournament is? It's not. It's in here. Battles for you at this point is raising your B and C teams because your A team has few problems. Yeah, I have a nice, solid A team. Unfortunately, I lost my second flyer. I mean, my third flyer, and I never got to triangle attack. I wanted to see that. I just realized this. Can anyone else get on a flyer? Like, really quick, though, just so that I can see Ingrid's thing. Oh, said it's a flyer. Yes, good. I can still do it. I can see the triangle attack once. A team minus Petra, yeah. Battles can be used to grind support, but yeah, I don't need it. I lost Petra, Mithril. I made a mistake. I made a tactical error, as it were. And a bunch of units went after her when I wasn't expecting them to. Today is an advanced axe tournament. Okay, training axe. I get a silver axe plus for it. Recommended level 36 or higher. Hey, Dimitri can do all of this. Dimitri and Dididu can do this. And Gilbert, man. I've got actually a lot of people that are ready for axes. But let's throw Dimitri at it. Because he's on a wyvern, and he's faster. Oh, yeah, is he ever faster? Ooh. Is this the dink tournament? Because will this even hurt you?
I swear it wasn't in vain.
They can hurt me just a little bit. Not really anything to worry about. I think this guy has accuracy. That's hit plus 20, and his hit is only 54.
It is done.
Yeah, I've seen Claude Mithril in the last one. The Battle of the Eagle and Lion or whatever. The Blood of the Eagle and Lion. Claude's on a wyvern too. I know this now. He's a flying archer. But you know what else I'm gonna love? Is the fact that Edelgard is an armored lord. Oh, she's gonna be like Hector again. And she might even be able to use magic. I want to hear nothing, but that's just my theory as to what might happen. I have big hopes. Hey, you with an iron axe, you can actually hurt me a little bit. Like, not a lot.
I swear it wasn't in vain.
Did his battle quotes change again? Oh, that'd be awesome if they did. Go ahead and recover and fight. Did you know Edelgard likes axes? I did.
It is done.
Perfect. You pretty much aced this whole tournament, Dimitri. Good job. Give me that silver axe. I think Dimitri's the new Wyvern Master, and Dimitri didn't need that heal. Yeah, you guys say Claude is the Wyvern Master, but here's the thing. Dimitri one-shotted Claude. Like, one attack. He didn't even get a counter. And then I sent him against Lysithea, and he just, like, backhanded her with the back of his axe. It wasn't even an effort. It was like, and she fell over dead. After he gets over his undying angst, he brightens up a little. Yeah, no more perish in the eternal flames. That was a very edgelord statement, but I think it's a very nice touch that his quotes lighten up a little bit. Claude probably just bribed to get that name. We know Dimitri's the true Wyvern Master. Dimitri worked for it. Ha! Hi, Dimitri! Speaking with your boy to do. Perfect. I love this. Another, well, this is an unlikely pairing, but I am enjoying seeing their supports together. 'Tis true. You have an Albinian moose? Why is that 4,500 gold? You've got a silver sword plus. I don't need to buy that.
Okay.
You have 11 sword. I've got 2 of them, and you have... No, I've already talked to you. You have an Albinian moose again. No thanks. Pass by on all of them. Who did I send out? I sent Deepening out. Yep, and the travels got 4,200, 660 gold in hiring revenue, heavy armor improved. Good, good. Oh God, what is happening on stream? It keeps hitching. It says unstable, but at the same time, keyframe interval too high. Wait a second. Yeah, something. Keyframe interval 0 equals auto. What do you mean it's too high? It's on auto. I was digging around in my settings today so that I could copy some settings over to OBS, over to my laptop, and I think that some of my OBS settings like reset themselves strangely. So I'm sorry about the skippy jumpiness. I wonder what A or S rank in heavy armor gives a unit. Yeah, I'm very curious about that too. I'm pretty sure that DD2 does have an A rank in armors now. Yeah, he has an A rank in heavy armor. Not an A+, but I want to know what A+ and S give. I've got a few people on the way to getting A+ and S's in a few things. Like, Flame is halfway through A+ in Faith, and Shamir is over halfway through A+ in Bows. Playing Golden Deer, not sure how I managed it, but everyone except for Lysithia, Raphael, and Lorenz is on a horse. Or a wyvern. That sounds about right. Okay, so available travelers, let's toss out... Catherine. Local specialties give you... Still hoping to get a rusted axe to give to Dimitri. Send you out with a... I guess I've got 2 silver bows. And send you out. Okay, cool. Bam. Let's do the quick looking around. 4-person recon. Yep. Nope. Okay, well then I will wander off in this direction, since there have been people hiding off in these places lately.
Oh, what?
No, that's Ingrid, not Liaison. You! Bernie! Quit hiding it, just in the very offest corner of the graveyard. Pet that dog, pet him! Where are the other guys? Where are the other guys? Hints? Hints. Oh, since a nearby presence? Are you in here?
Maybe. How is this?
No. But it's good to see that Dimitri has left the chapel for once. You are the one that I want. Yo.
Definitely.
What do you mean it's still here? Oh, he's right here. Whoops. Okay, then we go this way. Bum, 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 bum. Sense a nearby presence. Presence. Where is the presence? Presence. Got him. Boo. Woo, okay, got some stuffs and things. I really don't know what this gives me every time, aside from just some random food stuff, but I'll take it. Now, let us go around and continue to talk to the peoples. Just realized this minigame is Where's Waldo Monastery Edition. You're not wrong.
I've come to deliver vegetables we harvested in the village to the monastery's dining hall. Because of the season, I couldn't really pick that much. But I wanted to help you guys out, even just a
Aw,
little
thank
bit.
you, man.
We're busily planting seeds, so when things start to grow, I'll be back.
That means a lot. I appreciate that. Feeding our army. Helping out Fergus. Head chef, I need to cook something. With, Dimitri. Let's make a queenfish saute.
I will leave the seasoning to you. We cannot allow this precious food to go to
Now
waste.
he's a little bit too cheerful. for his black outfit and pirate eye patch.
I have no problem if the recipe gives a measurement. Eyeballing such things is not my specialty.
Is that what he said as a youngin' too? Because it's funnier now that he only has one eye. Alright. +2 to dex. Nice. Oh, that's a thing. Is there another thing in there? No thing in there. Gotta run, run. I have so many things to do, an entire month to do it, and only like 3.5 hours to squeeze it all into. Bernie.
It's always so peaceful coming back here. But it's hard to relax knowing we have to go out on another expedition again so soon. And now we're headed to the kingdom? That sounds hard. Oh, really hard, don't you think?
We were just off to the Empire, and we did okay there. We'll be fine.
Of course you'd say that. Why'd I even ask?
Oh, relax, Bernie. We'll be all right. What does everybody's motivations look like? I have tons of motivations, so I don't actually have to do any foodie stuff whatsoever. I can totally just train myself. Teach me to bow.
Unbelievable.
Who's that? Oh, you looked like Dimitri for a second. Just out of the corner of my eye. The colors were all wrong, but you had the cloak size, and just forget I said anything. That's embarrassing. What do you got for me? Harvest, get me some seeds. We'll plant up some more flowers. Do I have any of the rare stuff? Not today. Bam, Morphous Plum. Yep. Go ahead and cultivate that with some Pegasus poopies. Or I guess Caledonian soil this time. I gotta be a little bit stingier with my cash. Although I could sell a bunch of those expensive fish that I've been collecting again.
The fish in this pond get fed every day. So they're swimming all lazy and serene. But the only reason they're kept here is so that they can one day be used for food. But the fish don't know that, so they just swim around happily. It's a bit of a miserable thought. But aren't soldiers much the same?
Oh, that's rough. Please don't think too much about that. I would rather you just, you know, be available for us for the fighting. We're trying to do this to save people's lives, maybe. Gatekeeper, what's up?
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report.
You lie! You lie! Our king's most trusted confidant, Dimitri, has brought himself up from the depths of personal hell. It's not nothing to report. I'm gonna slap you one of these days.
Ferdiad is a city with a long history that goes back to before Fargus gained its independence. I'd like to visit that place at least once before I die. But I'm afraid I have my own work to attend to. It's hard being so dedicated.
You've never done a damn thing here!
Oh, well, I'll go there for some leisurely sightseeing once Fodlan knows peace.
Ah! You could leave for a month and nobody would notice.
Hello! Tell your friends!
Hello, cheerful dark merchant.
Hello!
What do you got for me? Nothing that I need now.
Tell your friends!
Welcome!
Anna, I'm gonna buy from you today a... Oh, you don't have something for increasing power, do you? I'll get something for resistance.
Is that the one? Thanks a bunch.
Oh, you only sell one of each. I thought you did sell infinite amounts of all of them. Well then. Whoops. That was me misreading a situation.
If you manage to take back Ferdiad, it'll make it a bit easier for us to do business. Taxes in the Fargus dukedom are ridiculously high. Makes it hard to even think about trading. That Cornelia woman. What does she use that ample tax money for anyway? From the Empire's perspective, I suppose it makes sense to squeeze the former kingdom territories for all they're worth. But if they throw those territories into total ruin, doesn't that defeat the purpose of conquering them?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that there's just greedy douche hoses doing their own thing, taking advantage of people, because that's what nobles always do.
Hey,
which is why I love Shamir, because she wants to punch them, and I will go with her, and we will skip and frolic through the streets of Fergus and through the streets of Enbar, punching douche hoses in the nose, just all day long and all day and all night long, and we will frolic together, and then we'll bring Dedede along, and he'll just punch heads off.
Hello there.
We will do it to give them pain, and the truly bad ones we will unleash our king on. Yeah, should be fine.
Return soon, please.
Everyone would notice. In the past life, he saved Valentia, cut him a little slack. Maybe he has nothing to report because his helm covers his eyes. Tell your friends. Everybody likes the Dark Merchant. I would take the Dark Merchant over the Gatekeeper any day. I'm sorry. I get that people seem to love that Gatekeeper, but like, how can we honestly justify continuing to pay him when every single time giant things are happening in the world, and every month he reports back with nothing to report? Like, are you actively trying to get fired?
Right.
I do hate Lorenz. That's why I was so glad to have killed him.
Okay.
Replenish. Ooh, those heavy soldiers cost 120 now.
Right. Professor?
We do not speak of Lorenz, he's already dead. Dedede will fix the economy by backhanding the people ruining it. And then those people will be no more. Hey, Annette.
The kingdom capital. It's been way too long since I was there last. Oh, Professor, I didn't mean... it's not that I'm looking forward to it or anything.
You don't have to hide it, girl.
Please don't tease me like
I get
that.
it, you want to go back to the capital of your home.
It's just, when I think of us finally saving everyone in Ferdiad, it makes me a little happy. Okay, maybe a lot happy. The kingdom capital is under the tight control of Cornelia, who was ennobled by the Empire. Judging by what we heard from Lord Rodrigue, it sounds like she's a tyrant. But all of that ends soon. Let's get there quickly.
All on board with that. You can teach me to reason. Yeah, sure. Give me a C. I learned Bolgano.
I'm getting the hang of this.
Okay, cool. If I go back to a magic class, it's good to know I'll have access to that.
Up until a few decades ago, Ferdiad was a disorderly city. Even the water supply was poorly constructed. As such, it was a hotbed of sickness and disease. The late king hired a researcher named Cornelia, who advised that he give top priority to improving the city's infrastructure.
Wait, Cornelia is in the noble that's currently running it into the ground?
In the space of just a few years, the city was transformed into a place of beauty and order. At the same time, the diseases that had plagued our land loosened their grip, one after another. It was miraculous.
Why do I now get the sense that she was part of what spread that? Ridiculous.
So we're turning around and heading for the kingdom capital? Ridiculous. Tell him to cease this nonsense. Isn't there a saying in Bodlin? Something about those with power knowing how to use it. If he's not careful, the goddess will send her saints to smite him. Not that I believe that.
Did you want to just throw ourselves at the Empire? I mean, I'm glad that you speak your mind on these things. It's just, I expected that you'd be on board with going back to save the reinforcements and stuff. Advanced drills. Teach me to bow better. There's a support hidden in here.
Professor.
Gilbert! G-Dog! Boss G! What's up?
Even this town, which was a ruin, has begun to recover its energy. However, acquiring supplies is still difficult. The people living here are struggling too. This conflict must be brought to an end soon.
Let's end it ourselves. No, I agree. I agree. We should do this. Yes.
Yes. Let us seize victory together and build a new, more peaceful world. Still, I wonder what path my life should follow once we achieve our goals.
You can go back to be a knight, but also you promised Annette you were gonna go back.
That has been my intent. But surely my daughter Annette must have her own path to follow. Perhaps she would be happier if our paths diverged.
Oh god, the self-flagellation needs to... Gilbert, you're starting to get under my skin here. You've already spoken with her about this.
Of course, if she desires it, I will gladly return. But if she does not... I wonder if I should ask my wife to join me here. To live out our days together at the monastery. That would not be so bad a choice either. Perhaps it is the fault of last night's drink that I am indulging in such dreams of the future today.
No. That... On that front... Here's my remains of last night's drink. Bottoms up, Jeep Dog. This isn't like you, Gilbert.
You are correct. For now, I should focus on surviving the battles at hand.
Hey! It's the old fishing guy! Hi there!
Old fishing guy?
A short time ago, I instructed these children in the art of fishing.
Thanks to you, we caught a really, really big fish in the river nearby.
Aw, look at that child portrait. That is a cute-ass face.
Is that right? Be sure you share it with your families now.
We will!
Not the boy. The boy looks a little dumb. What happened to not smiling?
I did say something about that once, didn't I? I even told you to forget you ever saw me smile. But now, I would not ask that of you. Your words from when last we spoke have stayed with me. They bring to mind the king I first served. He told me not to dwell upon the dead.
Oh, that means more now that we've just seen that Dimitri stuff. Oh, if only he'd been around to tell that to Dimitri.
The dead are dead, and those who live are not bound by them. I intend to live my own life from now on.
That's a fine smile.
You have a fine smile as well. One that I could never have imagined when we first met. No matter how our titles or positions change, I hope you will always remain yourself, Professor.
Gilbert has done a lot of smiling since we started using him. I make him smile, Manuel has made him smile, the children make him smile, Annette has made him smile. He's slowly dragging... Catherine's made him smile, he's slowly dragging himself up out of that pit of self-torture. That's good. I like seeing him better his mental state like that. This is a can of Rolling Rock, yes. I mean, it's backwards because my webcam is flipped, but you can tell. Just finished my Black Eagles Iron Man 7 deaths. Gonna be here for most of the stream now. Awesome, hello, Dar. Excuse me. Why is everybody in this game associated with fish? Everybody likes fish. It's because the monastery has a big fishing pool in it, and you do a lot of fishing. Oh god, I have to go sell my fish. Sylvain, you can wait a minute. Hold right there.
Hello there.
Fishies? Fish, look at how many fishies I have. Platinum fish.
This one, yes?
Bring in that moolah. Somewhat costly fish that glimmers like polished silver. Golden fish, boasts a high cost. Albinian herring.
This one, yes? I think this one, yes? I thank you.
Like, when I have 31 of a fish, I don't think I really have to worry too much about maintaining all that.
Yes. I think this one, yes? I think.
Although I'm not going to worry so much about selling the super, super cheap ones. I still have this goddess messenger, but I don't know if I need to do anything with it. Like, I'd like to cook it eventually, but it's only a temporary buff, so maybe when I go to the final boss area. I think I had 300 to 400k gold altogether. I had too many goldfish. Yikes. Yeah, I have so much bait. If I wanted to do fishing in the pricey fish minigame, I'd be able to make bank. I remember when Gerald did the die. Sad Violet sat fishing for a few hours after that. Totally was because I was sad. Had nothing to do with grinding professor rank. Hey, Leonie.
True.
He's completely changed.
Dimitri's completely changed. Or maybe I should say he's finally back to normal. Either way, I'm glad he's come around to the idea of retaking Ferdiad. With our current troops, there's no way we could handle the Imperial capital. We wouldn't even get past Fort Mercius.
Well, I'm glad you seem to be in agreement on this.
How is this?
Everyone is saying His Highness is back to his old self, but I do not think that is
I kind of believe you above all, DD2.
What he was until recently is what he had been for as long as I've known him. So tortured by his compassion for the fallen that it had driven him mad.
Oh, you're saying in a different... You're saying... I get what you're saying. You're saying for the first time, he's actually healthy. Right, I discovered this at the end of the last one. He had been that crazed monster for 9 years. Since before we even started the game, he was just good at hiding it. But I guess he couldn't hide it from Dedue.
He has always been too kind to be king. He has always felt too much for the weak and the dead. That is exactly why I look up to him.
Oh. You can teach me about axes and heavy armors. And the fisties. I should go through support conversations first, so that anybody that teaches me, I'm not, like, wasting any potential support ranks. Also, look at all these conversations! Let me guess. So many of them are Dimitri, because he's finally loosened up.
Your Highness, I have one more favor to ask.
Is this about Gustav again? I have plenty more stories about him, but perhaps it is time for you to speak with him yourself.
Oh, it's not about Father this time. This time I wanted to ask about you.
About me?
Careful, Annette. Don't step too close yet. I don't know. You might snap.
I mean, I heard all about Father last time, but I didn't ask about you.
Ah, well, I'm afraid there is not much of interest for me to tell you.
Oh, it doesn't have to be funny or interesting. That's not why I'm asking. It's just that I thought I already knew you, but I'm not sure I really do. That day when we were reunited at the monastery, I didn't know what to say to you. So I wanted to prepare some of your favorite food. I thought maybe if you ate something that you liked, you'd cheer up a little.
Oh, precious cinnamon bun.
But when I got to the kitchen, I realized I didn't even know what you like to eat.
I see. Well, it's a little hard to say what my favorite is. I just don't really have any strong feelings about food. That said, you're pretty keen on sweet things, right, Annette?
Yes, that's right. I'm at my happiest when I'm digging into a sweet treat. Oh, did you know there's a famous sweets shop in the capital?
Yes. It often had long lines outside, didn't it? The castle guards often spoke of it.
The sweets were so good. They cost a fortune, but I loved them. When Father was still around, we all lived as a family in the capital. Since then, I've had them only a few times. How I'd love to taste them again.
I don't know if they're still there with the way that things are right now, but we'll check when we go.
Say, Annette, when this war is over, where will you go? I heard that you were close to Baron Dominic back in the academy days.
That's right. But that's not where I think I'd like to go when all of this is over. I reconnected with Father, so I'd like to live with my family again, in the capital.
I wonder if that line changes if you haven't done her supports with him. Oh.
Also, if I'm in the capital, I'll be able to see you from time to time, right?
Ah, that settles it then. We'll have to get your father working twice as hard.
Father's at a ripe old age now. I'd appreciate it if you didn't work him too hard.
Oh, of course. I will keep that in mind.
Oh, he's smiling again. Yay. Support level A. Let me check on the chat here. If this game had Radiant Dod's forging system, then with the amount of money, you would have weapons greater than any legendary. I say this because money in RD was much harder to come by. It's true. Yeah, it felt limiting there. And Ryan hasn't been abusing online either. Everyone makes a big deal about online getting infinite money, but I don't know what they'd even spend it on to make it break the game. Stat boosters are limited, and rare forges take unbuyable materials. Those are true things, but there's still something to be said for, like, you don't have to make specifically rare forges, but if you can buy a bunch of irons and steels and forge them up to pluses for basically, like, free with infinite cash, that's still putting you at a bit of an advantage over what you would have if you didn't have the online. When I do my next run, I'm definitely going to turn it off. Time to grab some popcorn. We're going to be here a while with all these supports. When I hit timescape with Golden Deer on my second run, no joke, I had over an hour of support convos to listen to. Woo! Blue Lions is such a human story. Every story beat is a human interaction. I love it. I love it so much. I'm so worried now that the other houses, which will have their own focuses, I'm sure, I don't know if it can stand up to this level of just vulnerability that you see in these guys. Alright. Shamir has a deedy do.
Dutiful as ever, Dedu.
What are you suggesting?
You're always busy delivering messages.
You mean His Highness's orders?
Yes, messages.
Does he need you to run such trivial errands?
He should not trouble himself over them. I am honored to attend His Highness, and to represent him in all matters. Ever since he saved my life, serving him has given me reason to live.
Reason to live? Huh.
Your relationship to the Archbishop seems similar.
Ooh, maybe Catherine, but Shamir is not all about Rhea like that.
Not quite.
Yep.
I joined the Knights to repay a debt I owed Rhea. The debt's been repaid, so she's nothing more than a former employer.
Then you are not motivated by loyalty.
Not especially. I wouldn't call Rhea my reason to live.
I know Shamir.
And if a higher paying employer comes along?
I'd consider it. That's what mercenaries do.
Then yes, we are completely different.
Everyone's different. I'm not trying to criticize your loyalty.
Just saying I don't get you.
I've seen a lot of people like you all over the world. They don't tend to last very long, though. Try not to end up like them.
Thank you for the warning.
Professional courtesy. Keeping a nice respectful distance. That's my girl. That's my Shamir. Catherine and Dimitri. Yes, I was so interested. I want to see more about Catherine's history in Fargus here. You could much easier buy seals. You could buy much stronger weapons without worry of money restraints. Yeah, basically. Like, the things that do cost money, like, having more money allows you more room to play. I mean, there are things to buy, but my bigger point is the game throws so much money at you anyway that I've never felt like I needed to go online for more. If I really wanted to grind and abuse the fishing mechanics that exist outside of the online, I could do that, yeah. Besides Flame and Sedith, this game has the most normal hair colors I've ever seen in Fire Emblem. They're mostly pretty upright, yeah. Like, Anna still has vivid cherry red, but everybody else with red hair is actually orange, like real redheads have. The green hair people are, like, really the only odd ones out. Only game with even more normal hair color is Thracia. Shamir could almost be black-haired. I'm pretty sure that Shamir and Felix are both meant to be black-haired. They have a blue tint to them, but I think that's just an artistic, like, stylization. Because it looks better in 2D when you give pure black some kind of a color. It's just a hint, but it's not a desaturated blob. Oh, Bernadette is also purple, so she's a little out there.
Professor.
Sorry.
I really caused trouble for you, didn't I? I am so sorry, truly. I am also eternally grateful to you. Now, it's time to go to the kingdom capital. I hope that you will lend me your strength once again.
I have to get it. I need this. I need this as a screenshot. This is like 6 chapters we've been going, 5, maybe 5 chapters going through, just waiting for him to get back his humanity. You can only teach me in lances. That's the only thing you're better at than me. Are you better at axes than me? I guess it's not something that you like to do though. Your up points are in riding, swords, and lances, and I already know riding better because I had to recruit Leone, and I'm a goddamn swords master, so you ain't better than me on that. Hey, are these lost items yours? Maybe?
Lost item? Lost
Food.
item.
Alright, no go. Oh, wait, there's still supports. What am I doing? Dedue and Flame.
Chop the vegetables into bite-sized pieces. After that, skim the top layer off the pan. Be mindful of the heat.
Do you remember when 5 years ago I taught you how to cook? Well, now we're gonna get to it. Take this lard, throw it in a frying pan.
Certainly, Chef Dedue.
There is no need to call me that. Are you displeased?
No, not in the slightest. I just got momentarily sleepy. It happens to me from time to time. Let me see. First, chop the vegetables. Coming right up, Chef. Dedue?
Good.
This is good.
I am so bored. Day in and day out, it is nothing but dicing vegetables and waiting for water to boil. I want to feel like I am actually cooking.
You gotta know the basics first.
It is not as though I do not know the basics. He could at least let me hold the spatula sometime.
Next, we peel the vegetables.
Discipline, Flame.
Chef Dedue, I was hoping to speak with you regarding something that has been on my mind.
Speak?
Surely you have noticed my skill while wielding pans and knives. Therefore, I think it is time you taught me how to cook. Beyond all this water boiling and vegetable chopping business.
Impossible.
Nope, not gonna happen.
But why?
All must be done in the proper sequence. And the first step here, whether you like it or not, is to learn to use the tools perfectly.
Discipline.
Come now! You have seen how I use a ladle. You know I'm good for it. He has left me no option but to take matters into my own hands.
He told you when you started this 5 years ago, you'd have to do it the hard way.
Stubborn you may be, Chef Dedue, but I will show you the true meaning of delicious.
It's time for you to go in the pan, hair minnow. You speaking about cooking reminded me that I looked up different kinds of mandolins for cooking. I don't want to make even sliced potatoes and ratatouille. Nice. Cooking's never been my thing, but I have big pride, or not big pride, big respect for people who really get creative with it. Dimitri and Ingrid. Yes, max out.
Finally, you score a point against me on the ground. You have improved, Ingrid.
Of course, I let you get that point. I would crush you.
That was nothing more than a fluke. My technique was horribly sloppy that last round.
It does not matter what sort of technique it was. You won. If this had been a real battle, I would be dead. You wielded your lance well, without any hesitation. Has your approach changed?
You may recall when I said I'm now able to move on, because of you.
Right, they talked about Glenn before.
I remember. What did you mean by it?
That I finally understand a truth about Glenn. It sounds as though he died with a heavy heart. A heart that carried regret. I had suspected as much. But instead of acknowledging it, I twisted my memory of him to fit an ideal I've been upholding.
I see.
Your Highness, I will not sacrifice my life for anyone. But perhaps instead, I can live my life for someone. I will pledge my life to you.
And how exactly am I meant to interpret?
Are you coming on to me, Ingrid? You should know I'm very vulnerable right now.
However you please, Your Highness.
Oh? Well then, Ingrid, when this is all over, I want you to support and defend me. That's my
You're gonna have to fight Sylvain for it, and then we're gonna have to arrange Sylvain's funeral.
I have been thinking of telling you this for a long time. We get along well, you and I.
As your knight, yes, of course. Of course I will. I intended to do so for the sake of the
This
kingdom.
is so the opposite of subtle. This is like more obvious than Sylvain, and more mutual.
Together, Your Highness. You and I. Our first order of business. putting this tragic war to an end.
Yes. And while we're at it, do not die on me, Ingrid. Promise me that.
Yes, Your Highness. I swear it on my lance.
Subtle as a brick to the head. Ingrid, are you aiming at rebound sex? Because this is extremely weirdly timed. Edelgard has purple eyes. Lysithi's a literal albino. Yep. The Blue Lions, the most human house, has the most human hair color. Yep. Gotta. Ryan, promise him that. Promise him what? What am I promising? Sylvain was just him tripping all over himself and her ignoring it. Yeah, kinda. Sylvain got clumsy when it's somebody that he actually cares about. Dimitri and Marianne? Marianne of all people? That's weird, but okay.
Marianne?
Oh, Dimitri.
Oh, I'm sorry for disturbing your prayer.
There's no need to apologize. I just finished.
I see. What were you praying for?
I was simply asking the goddess for forgiveness.
Forgiveness? For what?
I put our soldiers in danger during the recent battle.
What matters is that they came back safely in the end. You shouldn't blame yourself for that.
It's true, but you were injured when you came to our aid.
That? It was just a scratch. A small price to pay for your safety.
But
I believe it. He's got a lot of scratches.
I would never regret helping an ally, even if it meant losing my own life.
No, that's wrong.
How so?
It's just all wrong.
But how?
You have my thanks for helping in the battle, Dimitri, but I'm afraid I have to ask that you keep your distance from me.
Is that so?
Yes.
Forgive me, but I will be there for you, whether you want me to or not.
I'm sorry.
That's weird. I am now intrigued, and thus she will work as Dimitri's adjutant for the rest of time. I must know where this goes, and I'm not going to get another chance to see it because Dimitri will not come with me when I go to another house.
Oh, are you on cooking duty today, Flane? That's unusual.
Indeed I am. I have been working away on this meal for hours now. The only thing is, each time it is my turn to tend to the meals, those in the dining hall seem to miraculously become very busy and evacuate the premises. I make the food, but nobody is ever here to eat it. I do not understand what the issue is. It is such a waste.
Oh.
Even my brother seems to evaporate every time I am in the kitchen. It is quite peculiar.
Well, you're in luck. I've just finished training and am positively ravenous. If you don't mind, I'd love to sample your cooking.
Really? I mean, yes, please, have some. It is not perfect, but I am certain it will taste quite nice all the same.
I'm sure it will be great. Thank you.
She has
Flame.
no idea how to cook, does she? She's been ignoring Dedu's lessons.
There were a few suspiciously crunchy bits here and there, but other than that, it was fine.
You liked it? Wow, nobody has ever liked anything I've cooked. If I cannot get anyone else to eat this meal, though, it is going to spoil and go to waste. It is no secret to me that I am not very good at cooking.
Say, Flane, may I have a second helping?
You actually want...
Yes,
more?
I haven't eaten anything in 4 months, you see. I've been subsisting myself purely on rage.
Of course. I wouldn't want it to go to waste after all the effort you put in. This kind of mishap can happen to anyone, you know? Don't let it get you down. Besides, I can tell you put a lot of love and dedication into preparing this food for everyone. That alone makes it taste good.
Hopefully it wasn't soup. It crunched.
There is no need for false flattery. The few times I have asked my brother whether or not he enjoyed my cooking, he could not even give me a straight answer. My own brother!
I speak nothing short of the truth, always. It was delicious, and I look forward to eating it again sometime. I'll agree there's no need to make enough for everyone, though. If you like, you could just cook enough for me.
Perhaps. I hope you enjoy the rest of the meal.
I thought that was gonna come with a stinger at the end. It's like, oh, I lied, and now I'm actually going to have violent diarrhea for the next week. But nope, it seems to be genuine. Okay. Good. Dimitri, stop it. You've killed her with kindness. Stop being a precious boy. You're too far in the other direction. You're gonna give people shock, man. Dimitri and Catherine.
Another day, another training session, I see. You're quite dedicated. And practicing with the sword today. You weren't any good with it when you were little, as I recall.
And who told you that?
Lord Rodrigue mentioned it to me. He said you used to swing your sword so hard that you'd break it.
That was ages ago. I've had plenty of time to improve since then.
Improve my sword crafting skills, I mean. I have people reinforce the hilt now. Now the ground breaks.
Now I count swordplay as one of my specialties. Care to see for yourself?
Well, I can't just take your word for it, can I? Let's see what you've got. Well, I'm impressed. You're better than I expected.
I could say the same of you. I suppose we students still have much to learn.
No need for false modesty. We fought as equals just now. You're strong, and your form is excellent. You're clearly an experienced fighter, but you're greedy. You can't be so impatient to win. It'll come at a grave cost.
Greedy? I see. I'll take that note to heart. You have my thanks for the instruction.
It returns. The formality, the stiffness.
Get rid of it.
Anyway, after we're through here, I might head into town for some food. Care to join me?
I appreciate the invitation, but I have certain duties I must attend to this evening.
Of course you do. Never mind about my plans then.
I thought you'd say that. You have the same sense of responsibility as I do.
You think so? I didn't want to push you to join me. We can just do it another day. I'll confess, I'm taking a shine to you. I'd like to talk to you more.
I would like that as well.
I want to know how you got so good at stabbing people.
Ever since I saw you wielding a sword all those years ago, I've been following in your footsteps. To be able to stand with you and cross swords is quite a...
Hey, slow down. Where did all this come from? You're embarrassing me.
It's so weird to see the faculty blush.
That's enough chatter for now anyway. Let's get back to sparring. This time with lances. I won't hold back. Show me what you can do.
Right. Prepare yourself.
No, Dimitri, you can't. You can't. Even if you're practicing, you could use a wooden stick and she would end up impaled on the roof of the monastery. It's not okay. It's not... Don't do it. And lastly, Dimitri and G-Dog.
Gustav, it has been 8 years since I last called you by that name.
Your Highness, I must deeply apologize for leaving the kingdom without permission. There is
no need to explain, old friend. I can guess at your reasons. The tragedy of Duscur. You felt responsible for that incident and sought respite in the goddess, abandoning your name, rank, and homeland in repentance. Am I right?
I have no excuses to offer. It was all I could think to do.
I always knew you for a pious man, and I figured that if you were to leave, this is where you would end up. You have changed much. Your face does not have the same resolve it once did.
If I may, Your Highness, you have changed as well.
I can't disagree.
I lost an eye and a whole lot of humanity.
It was my duty to protect His Majesty, your father. Naturally, that also included Lady Patricia and yourself as well.
My father and mother are gone. No amount of regret will bring them back.
My dreams are haunted by the thought that, had I arrived at Duscur more swiftly...
You saved my life at Duscur. I have only gratitude for you, no blame to speak of. I wish for you to remain in the kingdom, Gustav, even after this conflict is over. I need your strength to help rebuild the ravaged land that Faerghus has become.
Please, I beg your forgiveness, but there is no place left for me in that land.
I see. Though much has changed, your stubbornness remains. I have no desire to trouble you. If you do not wish to return, that is your choice to make. But I do advise you to at least visit the place of your birth. If only for your family's sake.
Come on, Gilbert.
Yes, Your Highness. Thank you. I appreciate your concern.
Come on, Gilbert. Come back. Catherine is really attractive, but in a not fan servicey way. I agree. Yeah. She looks good, but just as a knight that kind of like naturally looks good. Hair is kind of disheveled. She does a little ponytail with it. Got armor that's all covered up. She's a swords master, but she's like bulkier than a regular one. One thing I like about this game is that it hasn't given into the trend of overt fan serviceness. Yeah, I agree. The most overt you get is Manuela, but it's like all her personality's like built around it, and there's only the one person who's like that. Overt fan service is one thing I really had against Fates and Awakening. Agreed. This game proves that you can have genuinely attractive characters without needing to expose them. Big mm-hms. Millen Fates, I'm just gonna fold my arms and push up my boobs in the center of the screen. Yeah, she was kind of like that. That was her whole point. Manuela's makes sense, though. She's a desperate woman with a trash personality, but not mental. All things I agree with. Thank you guys for putting these thoughts into words that I can read out, because I agree with all of this. This is all part of why I'm liking these characters so much more. Like, their designs are good. They hold up. They don't... Like, they speak to the character, and then that is fleshed out so well in the writing. Lastly is Bernadetta and Leonie.
Here. I patched up the clothes you gave me.
Hey, thanks. You've helped me a lot lately. I feel like I should be doing this stuff myself. But ever since you patched up my sleeve, I've been really interested in your craft.
Craft? You mean my embroidery?
Embroidery is a real hard thing to do.
Yeah. When I saw what you were doing, I thought, what the heck is that? But it turned out to be a nice touch, once I was actually wearing it. Practical, too. When you're embroidering, you patch up the torn parts with new cloth, right? And that strengthens it, so the same part won't break as easily next time.
I'm glad you like it. At first, I felt like you thought it was stupid. I was worried you secretly hated me or something.
Nobody secretly hates you.
It made me pretty scared to show you my stitching.
Sorry. I should have told you I liked it. Thanks, Bernadetta. I'm glad I asked for your help.
Oh, it's nothing.
What'd you make this time? A hornet, huh? You do like the scary critters, don't you?
It zips out from the trees and strikes, just like you.
I sting like a hornet, do I? Actually, I like that. You know, you ought to be more confident.
I don't know if a hornet is quite accurate. You're more like a Sherman tank at this point.
What? You're good enough at sewing that you can make a living out of it. You should take pride in that. Your skills would be really useful to the war effort, too. We're always needing equipment mended.
Useful? Oh, no. I'm completely useless. Even more so on the battlefield.
That's not true at all. You've been a great help. Maybe I'm a better fighter, but I've got nowhere near the same skill at sewing. We can help each other. Isn't that what friends do?
Friends? We're friends?
Yes, you're friends.
Hey, come on. I know you're not the most confident, but this is getting silly. Of course we're friends. I completely trust you.
Leonie?
Yeah?
Get your clothes torn up as much as you want. I'll always be here to patch them right up.
Right, for sure. But I wasn't just talking about embroidery, you know.
And scene. I'm about to hit time skip on my golden deer. I'm excited to see how things differ. Yeah, don't tell me anything, but I would be excited to see that too. Each character has so many supports too, proving the volume issue people claimed was proving that the volume issue people claimed was an inevitable bad writing thing from Awakening and Fates wasn't unmanageable after all. True, but I think on that front, it's not wholly unfounded, because a lot of the supports in this game, as we've pointed out before, like apart from the ones with the professor, which all have all of the ranks, there's a lot of them that only go up to B rank. Like, sheer volume could be an issue if you needed to force meaningless interactions between people just to get to an A or an S rank with them. Here, there's a lot of people that only have 2 conversations and then they move on. And if they need to flesh out more, then they have a bonus one. Like, they have tailored things to actually fit the relationship here. So it's less that it's just sheer volume and more that they've actually paid attention to the interactions, I think. Later, Pokegod. Total I am in this picture and don't like it moment. Took a picture of one of Ignaz's supports, I think, with Hilda. I'm gonna get screenshots from my Switch to show to a device I can share it from. You can hook it up to Twitter, I think. Which game has more characters, this or Radiant Dawn? Radiant Dawn might have more because you've got like 4 different armies to take care of.
I don't feel like I can just forget all the awful stuff he's done. But if His Highness is owning up to his past and trying to move forward, I figure I can give him that chance.
Attaboy.
We've been friends since we were kids. I'm gonna be there for him all the way to the end.
Advanced drills, axes and lances. I could learn a bit of axes, but I'm gonna move on for now. I have to try to push myself to A+ in swords. Sword.
I can still hardly believe we managed to win against numbers like that. Oh, unless the real me is lying dead in Gronder and this is all just a happy
We
dream.
all exist for the benefit of your pleasure, soldier. We are but fleeting images in your dying mind. Hi Ingrid, how's it going? Did you know that we're all just constructs in that guy's memory up there? So it doesn't really matter what happens to us. We could all die. It'll be fine. We don't really exist.
We buried Lord Rodrigue's body ourselves.
You did not look like you needed somebody joking at you right now. You had a very, very bad look on you.
There wasn't time to do things properly. It pains me that I was unable to take him home to his territory. Once this war is over, I'd like to hold a proper funeral for him. For now, we need to focus on taking back Ferdiad. All will be well eventually. I know we can win.
Atta girl, yes. Flying, lances, horses. I can teach myself a little bit of flying. I'm thinking maybe I should get E+ in everything. But at the same time, a lot of those master classes like horses, so teach me how to horse.
Professor.
Static image, yeah, refresh if you're not getting video. It's coming through to me.
Okay. Professor.
Definitely.
After that great battle earlier, the balance of power in Fodlan has shifted greatly. To get revenge for all our fallen friends, we'll have to stake our lives on the fight that lies before us.
Hello. Okay.
Up to the 2nd floor. Let's clear this out real quick. Hi, Catherine. I trust your judgment.
If we're headed to the kingdom capital, that means we're further away from rescuing Lady Rhea. But it can't be helped, can it?
I like that there's actually people who are completely bought on to going after the Empire, so not everybody is 1000% on board with changing course.
Perhaps some people will question this decision, but I trust your judgment. Lady Rhea would want us to help in Ferdiad. She'd scold us if we rescued her and left innocent people suffering.
Teach me to sword. Sword. Oh, there's a quest too. I should go check that out before I dump myself too much into all this.
It seems we are headed for the kingdom capital this month. The Church of Seros stands ready to lend its aid to you and Dimitri. It may be a roundabout route, but I believe this path will still eventually take us to Rhea. Besides, saving the people of Fargus is just what she would want us to do.
Good. I'm glad that you're on board. Was Devdan in RD? I know we had Danved, but no Devdan. I'm pretty sure they both existed in Radiant Dawn, because you could have them both at the same time. It was odd. Nobody. Who's down here? Manuela, how you doing?
Fighting with 3 different groups in the mix was as confusing as it was difficult to
I
survive.
guess, yeah, the faculty didn't take part last time. You and Hanneman weren't even there, were you?
Enemies and allies dying, one on top of the other. What an absolute mess, huh? If only I had my infirmary out in Gronder. Maybe I could have saved a few more lives.
It's hitting her hard. Manuela has actually been, like, kind of falling apart through all this. She's a healer, first and foremost. She's not a priest, she's not a bishop. She's specifically a healer. She runs the hospital, the infirmary here at the school. So, being in a position where she can't save them is like, oh, this hurts. Hey, Handjob, what's up?
What of this? There's a school of sorcery in Ferdiad, which is staffed by the top minds of magical research. The study of crests and sorcery should not be separate. I've often thought I should pay them a visit someday. I never imagined I might end up invading the place with an army, though. Not how I imagined it at all.
Don't worry, man. We'll try to leave it intact. Unless Hubert decides to invade the place, in which case it is getting burned to the ground. You understand, right? We have to kill that man.
Well...
Danved is definitely not Devdan. Even though RD Danved is 3 years older than POR Devdan, and even gets transfer bonuses from Devdan, Danved is not Devdan, he might be Danved. Stop! Stop confusing me. Yes, Petra is dead, and Negative Pro, you're just gonna have to get used to the fact that, Hanneman held the name Hammy for a while, but, Handjob is not gonna get topped. When I need something done in a very specific way, I call in a hand job. And it's never not funny.
You have my gratitude.
Hanneman has some interesting support combos, and by interesting, I mean, yeah, people have weird crests, and he wants to know all about them. Hubert is not a saint.
I am very grateful to you. I could never have achieved this on my own.
No, guys, stop misspelling it. It's not hand job. It's hand job. Hand job, all right? Say it right. Still didn't answer my question. Is Manuela a man job? I don't know. I don't want to think about what a man job is. Hey, Gilbert. Sorry, we were just talking about making fun of the other professors' names. How you doing?
It is all thanks to you and Lord Rodrigue. This month, we will invade Ferdiad by way of the Fraldarius domain. Leave the negotiations with House Fraldarius to me. You make ready for the actual battle. It's a tricky business, but we are taking our first steps forward.
Salute. I can do that. Supply run.
I have a request.
Tomato and dried vegetables. I should have those right now, right? Find some flowers and give them to Gilbert as a gift. There's a demand for flowers, but we have not yet gathered enough. Would you lend us a hand? If possible, I would ask for the most beautiful flowers you can find.
This month, we leave as a treat.
So I can't give him the stuff he needs for some reason. All I need is tomatoes and dried vegetables. Do I not have that? I've got 6 tomatoes. Where do I get the dried vegetables from? I guess it's not something I could just pick up and buy, right? That makes some sense?
Right. Edelgard. Claude. His Highness. All the house leaders from way back when. Assembled again at Gronder. I wonder what their thoughts were as they headed out to the battlefield.
What level of reason does Hanneman have? Hanneman's at, like, B, I think? B+? Reason. No, he's at A, actually. He's very close to A+. Don't all the teachers deserve a nickname? G-Dog, Handjob. His name is not Gilbert, it's Papa Gilly. Oh, that's even better than what I've been calling him. Boss G is one thing, but Papa Gilly is just perfect. Thank you, hello, Dar. Don't let me forget that, please. He goes by many names, but Gilbert will never be one. People started putting together that Gilbert was Gustav, so he dropped Gilbert, and now he's going by a handful of other aliases. Does G have a support with Flame? He does not. Papa Gilly's in the house. I can't say without laughing. It might be better than Handjob, just because it's not explicitly naughty. It's just so ridiculous. I have to go see if I can buy some dried veggies down here. I wanted to call him Gills. He does know. He's an old fishing man. If you want to call him Gills, I'm sure you can. He doesn't have to be in tight with the fishing queen.
Hello there. Return soon, please.
Hey, welcome.
Damn it, where are the vegetables at?
Hello there.
How do I get dried
Return soon,
veggies?
please.
Welcome. Come back soon.
Hello.
Do you sell me dried veggies? Where are the dried veggies at? I need dried veggies.
Tell your friends.
Right.
Give me dry veggies.
Welcome. Please come again.
We have Papa Gilly and Papa Gills for G-Dog and Sedith. There you go. Get some flowers. Gladiolus, used as an offering for those who died in war. The flowers are colorful, but the leaves are sharp as blades. Ew, that doesn't sound very good. I can't harvest yet. Yeah, can somebody look up how I get those things? Because I don't think I've ever come across dried veggies, and I definitely want to have some. Hey, Papa Gilly.
This month. Leave the negotiations.
Gifts. Give you the Gladiolus right here. Bam.
Thank you.
Motivation increased.
Thank you very much.
His Highness visits the graveyard after every battle and places flowers, though it's hard for him to accept such loss. I believe he wishes to pay them the honor they deserve. I got Dusker Cavalry for that? I bet those are good. Battalions. Dusker Heavy Soldiers. If I check out the Dusker... Here. Sort them by authority. Dusker Cavalry. Oh, they're only an E rank? Ugh. That's not very good, then. I have a bunch of A's now. Sethlean Monks heals HP of allies, but they give a bunch more stat bonuses than the lower ones. The Keyhole, Wyvern Co. Ooh, Flyers at an A rank. I think those might be good for either Dimitri or Ingrid. Index Sword Fighters give +8 to physical attack. That's real good. Maquila Evil Repelling Co. is a magic one. So really quickly, let me check here. Dimitri has a B+ in authority. Ingrid also only has a B+ in authority. Damn. Annette's the only other one with an A. So I need to get these guys up to A so that one of them can use that awesome flyer group that I have. What is Annette currently using? Varley Archers? Nah. You can get something better than that. Take one of these unused A ranks. Authority. Keyhole Wyvern Co. is an assault troop, personally trained by Sedith. Protection +2, physical attack +3. Sethlean Monks gives magic attack +2. Okay, that would make her magically stronger. Magic attack +3 for the Maquila Evil Repelling Co. And it's... Oh, yeah, actually, you take this. This looks like it might be good for you. Sedith is also like 10 levels. Sedith.
Right.
Maybe you can find them like other items on the ground. Dried veggies or something I had lying around, maybe from the Amiibo Gazebo. Maybe? RNG for greenhouse, apparently. Shit. That means it might take a while. Dusker cavalry actually suck, it looks like, yeah. Don't cultivate from the greenhouse and pray. Oh, don't cultivate? Really? Well, phooey. I always cultivate. Doesn't Seth have an A in authority? He's also 10 levels below everybody else. Yeah, so he starts off able to command basically everything, but that fits his character. Use vegetable seeds, then question mark. Just don't spread Pegasus poop the next time you garden. It's such a second nature to me now. One note. I appreciate ruined buildings. They symbolize that no home is permanent. Damn, Shamir. We should repair them little by little. What if we just destroyed them all and rebuilt them? And they remind us that life is impermanent as well. That seems like you. A bit of a dark outlook to take, but I appreciate that she's thinking about it. Hey, Dorothea, have I mentioned how much I really, really want to take care of you when I play Black Eagles?
So many people died in the battle at Gronder. And here we are, preparing for the next battle as if nothing happened the day before. It's almost easier to think about war as theater, with the stage an entire continent.
Though actors die, the show goes on?
Something like that. If an accident happens on stage, the next day's performance must be unaffected. Everyone just pretends like everything is fine, focusing on their role in the play.
She's got such sorrow about this. So sorry, Dorothea. I'm happy that you're here so you can be safe from it, but at the same time, I feel like maybe it might be torture for you.
Yes.
Especially because I recruited you away from your homeland. Broke my heart.
Standing face to face with those whom I went to school with. On the field of battle. How inhuman war is. How horrifying. My heart feels shattered. It is my hope that this war marks the end of such foolish behavior.
That's another thing this game has on all the other Fire Emblems. It has so many support conversations, yes, and those are great moments of characterization, but no other Fire Emblem has had this, the Monastery. Even if you don't get supports with people, like, you get such a sense of who they are and how it's affecting them just by talking to them here. Cannot stop singing the praises for this game's writing. And just how many little things went into it. This is amazing.
Need something? See you again soon.
I abandoned all outside ties in my deer run, but I'm gonna give her the love she deserves in Eagles. Please make it quick on Dorothea. Don't torture her like I did, Fernie.
Professor!
I don't know why these people are so sad. Some deserve to die. Shawnee pointed this out to me too. These are probably the 3 kids that were getting talked down to when we were all younger. The professor had it lined up and was back talking them against a wall. They're here now. They're still acting up. Ferdy. I forgot his name because I just don't care about him. I'm glad my friends who rushed were able to enjoy the game, but I'm glad I spent 72 hours on my own first run. Need I show you what I'm at right here? That's 114 and still counting. Me on Blue Lions. Supports. Annette. Annette and Handjob could work together. Annette and Dimitri. Annette and Felix. Or Annette and Hanneman. Annette and Felix, now that there's a spot opened up, Felix will probably be able to work with Annette a little bit closer. Dimitri, who could I put you towards? Dee-Dee-Doo, Felix, Annette, Marianne, Flame, Gilbert, Catherine. Who needs Holy? Dorothea could use a bit. Dorothea and Felix, they can both use this. even if Felix doesn't want to.
I'll keep my voice down.
Not sure I should sing with everyone.
Significantly stronger, significant amount of faith, significant amount of authority. Good. To be fair, we the chat are somewhat making you play slower. That's fair, but I'm also enjoying it more because I get to be social about it, and I get to stop and squee and actually talk to people. It's the nature of school that both wants the people from all three countries in, but also segregates them and thus not teaching tolerance. I don't think that's it. Because Flane, or somebody said it earlier, it's like they want you to go to school together, so I think it was Leone, so that it makes it harder to want to go to war with them. They separate you into houses based on your country so that you're at least, like, directly into talking with the people whom you're going to interact with most. But overall, you're still going to school with, like, and making friends with people from the other houses. Especially since they allow cross-class changing.
Well...
Annette said that. Yeah, that was Annette, right. Because it broke her little heart, and I hated it. I have 2 more points left. Who can I still support with, personally? Dimitri could teach me something. Catherine has already taught me swords. Handjob could teach me riding or bows. Sedith could teach me something. Marianne could teach me something. Dorothea could teach me something. Let's go get a little bit of a little bit more sword training from Sedith. And then a smidgen of reason training from Dorothea.
Professor.
You know what would be an interesting mechanic if you didn't give a student enough attention that Handjob or Manuela recruited your student to their classes? That would be cool. Ooh, that would be interesting. You didn't use this unit enough, so you were neglecting your students, so I would decided to take them and give them the attention they need.
Professor.
Poor little Ash could have survived that way. I disagree. I think that would have been a lot of fun.
It seems we are headed for the kingdom capital this month. The Church of Seros stands ready to lend its aid to you and Dimitri.
Or at least if they gave you like a warning, a week or 2 or a month in advance, it's like, this student is thinking of leaving. Better use them or else you're gonna lose them. I feel weirded out that you can ask to support Papa Gilly. I love it. I think it's great. Sedith, actually, you can teach me so many things. I don't necessarily just have to sword. What if I get an A+? I could be the one person to get A+ in authority. And then Dorothea out here. Hard to make that matter since you're basically forced to use all your units until you recruit someone. That's true, but then if you recruit someone, you will naturally probably drop somebody out. And unless you rotate them and make sure everybody stays in battle, then somebody might drop.
So many people, and it's almost...
Teach me about reasoning. Calendar today had golden fish. This is the one about the monies. All right, let's go do just a little bit of fishing. Not making it worse, he has a wife. Who, Papa Gilly? Yeah, but he abandoned that wife. Maybe Papa Gilly brings me home. And then I get to just tell Annette, I hope you liked me at school because I'm gonna be your new mom now. It's not Papa Gilly, it's Daddy Gilly. Oh God, please stop. Papa Gilly is a male gay option, it's true. I have heard this. Gilly and Alois. Alois is a gay option too? For some reason I'm not surprised by that. Upgraded my Edelgard to an Armor Knight. She doubled her defense from 6. Yeesh. And she's a lord that ends up in armor if the Gronder field one was anything to go by, so that's weird that she was so weak for you. I do not want to ever call him Daddy Gilly. Really? What if we just started calling him here Daddy Gilly for the rest of the stream experience? Like, how is it really that different from Papa Gilly? They're basically synonyms. Was Eloise's mustache what tipped you off? No, I think it's the fact that he's just like a big boisterous guy with a really gallivanty type of attitude, very lighthearted. It does not surprise me to see somebody with that attitude turn out to be gay. I'll say that. TBH, just seeing the S on the support screen, maybe subconsciously look at their supports in a different way, or maybe look for hints in them. But all the C to A, that never even comes up at all. Yeah. It's like the C to A is kind of just like, for the most part, it's like any other support. But on the ones that you could end up romancing as one or the other, sometimes there are definitely hints in them. Like on the A rank in particular, when I was talking to Shamir and she like expressly called out, "You remind me of my last partner who died." And it's making me feel weird. If I ever have to call with Coobs dealing hand-him-in-hand job, then you guys have to deal with Daddy Gilly. Can't believe you guys and your dirty minds inserting a D into the preciously clean slate name of hand job. You're all sick, I tell you. Sure, it's just me, but the sound is out of whack, rather desync. Yeah, is that happening for anybody else? Because obviously it's fine on my end. Have you seen a fish that completely filled out its stamina bar? I think once. Like, there was a massive fish that I caught once that did. I felt more romantic vibes from Dedue's A rank than from Gilman's, and Dedue isn't an option. Are you sure? Are you playing a male? Because let me show you. He's absolutely an option for females. Support. See? I have a potential S rank here. If you fish on unusual fish days with the best bait, you can sometimes find one. That's how you get goddess messengers. Right, right. Fishing, fishing, fishing. I mean, you can close and reopen it right now. We're just fishing. I'm trying to get some high cost stuff here. Whoop. We've taken up the majority of time with this first exploration. The rest of the weeks are basically just going to be a balance between maybe one Seminar, a lot of exploration to build motivation and goals and supports and stuff like that, and then we'll squeeze the battle in at the end of the night. Oh, you're meaning your own break at work. Gotcha. Sure thing, Black Knight Axe. Then thanks for coming and hanging out for a while. Boop, 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 boop. So many fishies. Give me the golds. Give me the gold ones. To bring in the monies. I guess if I'm here and I don't need professor level, I can afford to wait a little longer. Like, see if a gold one pops up. Since the super cheap ones aren't netting me anything. Kind of just holding on to them. And a little bit of herring bait. Why? Why? I just reacted again. Whoa, oh, wow, that was I just kind of mashed the button. I didn't even know, I don't think I've ever gotten a bad before. Ugh. Feels dirty. There we go, Flint Ring. You can wait around for 3 fish safely, 4 is risky. Yep, I've never really... I think I did wait for 4 early on, but then I started getting a few, like, bad... like bait getting lost, so now I just take the 3rd one if I choose to wait. There is potentially a 4th fish, yes. You're done. Like your Nuzlocke, 3rd encounter equals catch attempt. Exactly. Though I have some news on the Nuzlocke. I'll give you guys a little preview here. When I was recording today, another fan favorite fucking died. I caught 2 more though, so I guess that's a net gain. But the 2 that I caught are probably going to be kind of fragile, based on their typing. All right, I'm happy with fishing. Let's move on. End of the day. Instruct manually. All right, so what needs doing now? Group tasks. Yeah, because I want to put Didu on riding. I want to get him there ever so slowly, just force him through it. So somebody else needs to go with him for riding, and I think Manuel is the one that's not very good at it. So we'll have you pop in there with Didu. Wait, Didu can still support with people. That's why I was having him go with specific people. Flane, Gildog, Shamir, Dimitri. Yeah, Gilbert's on a horse. He could use some more riding. You guys work together. Good. Goals. Dimitri, finally I could teach him in flying again. Didu, work on your riding skill. Felix is on Fisties and Faith right now. Sylvain on Reason and Faith. Should be fine. Annette's on Reason and Authority. Ingrid is on Lances and Flying. I want to get her through A+ on both of them. Although, I I need to get her some authority, specifically. Yes, I already figured this out. We'll keep you on Lances so that you can get that A+, and then I will put you through authority. Bernadetta's fine learning to ride a horse. Although, what was your class at right now? If you want to become a bow knight, you have the lance skills. You need bows and riding. So you should change off lances now. Bows and riding. Good. Dorothea. You're a warlock now. Becoming a Grimoire would take a lot of faith. Or I could give you lances and riding and put you on a Dark Knight. Or I could give you swords and let you be a mortal savant, because you did want to learn swords for a long time, so fuck it. I think you know how to heal now. Let's give you back your swords. Graceful Blade. Marianne, lances and horses. If you want to wind up as a holy knight, your faith is good enough as it is, so lances and riding is good for you. Leonie is on axes and heavy armor, but you're already a great knight, so you don't have to study that anymore. I can put you through something else. What else would you... Yeah, I mean, I could just put her in through Bow Knight later on if I wanted to. She's already got a 31% chance of passing. But at the same time, just making her better at these might be good. She's already made Great Knight. Let's let her get good at a bow again, in case I need to fire at range. Actually, learn bow, but keep up your heavy armor skills, because that might give you something amazing. Sedith actually has a B+ in authority, yeah. Flane. Faith is at A+, authority so that you can use better, better battalions, that's the word. I want to put you as a holy knight. You don't like riding, but you probably have the lance skills to be there already. Yeah, all you need is more riding. So I'll leave you on faith and riding. Faith because I want you to get that S rank and see what happens. Handjob is on magic and that. If you wanted to wind up as a magic class, you have the reason for Mortal Savant. You have the reason for Dark Knight. You need lances and riding. I think Handjob might just be best off as a warlock. Just get good at being a warlock, man. Yeah, you're fine. Manuela's working on riding since she's, again, very close to becoming a holy knight. She's already got a 50% chance of passing. Just doesn't have the level for it. Gilbert is fine with the classes where he's at. Catherine is working on armor right now. Shamir is a bow knight. If you wanted to be something else, you have 0% odds at passing anything. You're pretty much stuck where you're at. I mean, I could make you a paladin, but that's about it. And I'm happy with you being a bow person, so you just keep up what you're doing. Gilbert, axes and heavy armor. It's fine by me. Catherine, continue with your axes and horse training. You are... Axes and heavy armor, actually. Axe and horse training, what? Why do you want that? Axes and heavy armor, girl. Become the fortress knight. Shamir... I guess... let me check. Yeah, you still don't have it for Great Knight, so that's fine. And Shamir on bows and authority, that's fine by me. All right, instruction. I'm sad that other archers don't get Deadeye, only Ash so far. That's a battle skill, right? Yeah. I wanted to make Hilda a War Master. War Master's a male-only class. It's a bit of a shame, yeah. I like the idea of Wyvern Lord Shamir for Flying Archer. I would have to put her through so many axe trainings, though, to get there. I can start her down it, I suppose, but that would mean that pulling her off of authority. Though she's probably just gonna keep practicing in bows for a while, so I'll put her through axes and she would need flying too, though, like axes and flying to get there. I guess she'll get B in authority naturally, so fine. Dimitri, you have so much to learn, my boy. Let's give you some flying.
All due to your coaching.
Attaboy, attaboy.
Thanks. I'm a bit embarrassed.
First time back at class and you're nailing it. I knew you were a natural on that wyvern.
All due to your coaching.
Damn.
All due to your coaching.
He really does want to make up for lost time. I guess if we're gonna aim towards a wyvern, we should teach Shamir a little bit about flying. And a lot about axes. Ugh.
Let's do this again. You're good.
Yeah, I'll go for the axes since I have a little bit of expertise to give her some extra points in that. There we go.
I'm getting it.
If Annette's not no, I have Annette learning authority naturally, but she has a lot to go if I want to get her to A rank. So let's teach her some authority.
That was challenging. That was... Looks like... Ah. That was...
Good, good. Lots of authority expertise there. If Dedede wants to get onto a horse later, you're gonna need to learn riding.
I'll do what I must.
Okay, D, that's good. Wonderful. Catherine. Teach you a little bit more in the arts of heavy armor. Perfect!
You're too kind. Now I'm feeling a bit shy.
With Petra's death, does this mean Felix is back on the team? It does, yes. It would also be fitting with his dad just dying, so he's coming back for some revengeance.
Thank you. I'm all...
Sylvain's just a dancer. I don't really need to teach him anything more than he's already got. Felix is also probably fine with where he's at, since he has a backup in going back to a Dark Priest. And Leonie's already made Great Knight, so same deal with her. I've taught Shamir. I don't need to teach Handjob Manuel or Papa Gilly. Annette is already on the Dark Knight, so she's good too. But screw it, I may as well push some people a little bit farther along. If I can get some S ranks by the end game, that would just be amazing. Give you... Yeah, I'll train you a bit in Faith so that you can get to B, maybe get a new Holy Spell. Good. And one more person to train here. Felix, Sylvain, Leonie, Flayn. If I want to put Flayn on a horse eventually, yeah, you're also going to have to do some serious riding training. Good, 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 good. Wonderful. Okay, moving on. Let's begin our training.
May I ask a question, Professor?
Why are you here with Sedith and Fish Queen? I want to knit an animal doll for someone, but I'm not sure what kind to make. They love eagles, lions, and deer equally. I don't know what to do. Try using an eagle's head, a lion's body, and a deer's tail. Make a chimera. Put an deer's antlers, and an eagle's wings on a lion's head. That sounds awesome, but I don't think it would be very good for an animal doll. This one.
I guess I could do that. Thanks.
Professor.
Lords must be leaders, so strong authority should be considered a requirement. They also fight from the front lines and thus need to know how to handle a sword. Such are my goals. Are we aligned? No, Dimitri. No, you need to get yourself on a dragon because it's too invaluable. Catherine would like to speak with you. Hi, girl. Oh, why? You coming at me with a sword? Ugh, I'm not ready for this.
I will not yield!
Damn.
It's been a while since I had such a close call. If not for you, Professor, I wouldn't have made it. I didn't expect to be ambushed on a simple scouting mission.
Are you hurt?
You should be asking about the mission, not about
Yeah,
me.
but I believe you would do the mission. I believe you would also hide an injury, so are you hurt?
I have to ask, Professor, what brought you here?
I was worried about you.
So you came to protect me. I'm beginning to understand why your allies love you. These are selfish times. One doesn't expect to encounter selflessness. You're kind. In that respect, I'd say you're much like Lady Rhea.
You think Lady Rhea is kind?
Of course. It's thanks to her kindness that I'm here today. I was an outlaw in Fargus. She took me in and let me live here.
I believe, yeah, I've heard this before.
Didn't I tell you? I was born into House Karen in Fargus. They used to call me Thunderstrike Cassandra. I was implicated in a plot to kill the king. It was a totally false accusation, of course. I had to flee the kingdom, and the Archbishop took me in.
Oh, so you didn't actually do it. You're a false fugitive. Why'd you come to the monastery?
I used to be a student at the academy, so I knew I'd be safe here. Lady Rhea saved me once when I was a student, you know. I don't really remember what happened. I was badly injured and near death. Lady Rhea took care of me. She didn't mind getting dirty. She took my muddied, bloodied body into her arms. Since then, Lady Rhea has been my inspiration. I will always serve her, protect her, love her. For some reason, when I think about Lady Rhea, your face comes to mind.
Is it because we both have green hair?
You've become an important presence in my life.
I'm honored. See, this is another... I could very easily see this transitioning into a love thing if you were playing as a male.
I wasn't expecting you to have a positive response. I'm not thrilled about it personally. I am still going to keep my eye on you. Not so I can report to Lady Rhea, though. Just because I want to.
Right? Like that could very easily make a transition. If Dimitri could just leave his sword alone and take up his axe, then we'll let him play with his lance every now and again. On a wyvern, he's still gonna be good with a lance, it's true. I'm not gonna tell Dimitri what to do. If the beast wants to use swords, I'll let him sword. Tea party. Hi, Annette. How you doing? You like sweet stuff, right? Earthy tone, sweet relaxing scent, intoxicatingly strong bright notes.
Hello
Classic
there.
floral blend. Shoot!
I'm here for a
I didn't
visit.
actually mean to hit that one. I tapped it with my knee.
I love this
Ooh.
tea. Is it a favorite of yours as
Alright,
well?
I lucked out.
Thank you. It's so good.
Annette's costume is really good. I like the color contrast in it. The orange on the shoulders complements her hair very well, and then it's a counter to the blue, but the blue matches her eyes. It's a very good outfit.
Okay.
You seem well. First crushes, things that bother you. I don't feel like you want to talk about boys. You seem well. What else? Tell me about yourself. Kitchen catastrophes and strange fish in the pod. Catastrophes? Yay, okay, good. I was worried that would go bad. And exploring the monastery, working hours for guards, things you find romantic. exploring? Yeah, you're very inquisitive.
The only way to clean is to clean with all your might. Otherwise, you're wasting your time.
Agreed. Yes. I did it. I got the 4 points. Or, oh, you accidentally found her favorite tea. Yep. All right, let's get all weird on her. Did you know that I've been spending a lot of very intimate romantic time with your dad, Annette? Did you? Did you? Did you?
I try to take good care of myself so that I'm in top form when it's time to act.
Did you know that your dad has bragged about his biceps to me? It's really weird.
What?
No one expects the Annette Inquisition.
Professor. Huh? Professor. Who knows? Professor.
What?
I'm at my happiest when I'm digging into a sweet
I do
tree.
know that. I've memorized that now. I know it. Backing out.
Okay.
Here, take a carnation.
Thank you so
I
much.
can use this to just boost up her motivation. Oh my god, do it. Do it. Give her all the stuff. Sweets? Sweets. Fishing? Sweet tooth? Yes.
Thank you so
No.
much. Okay.
Oh, but by doing this, I'm not going to be able to have her in a meal. So whatever. We're done.
Thanks for the treat. It was so yummy.
4 points plus perfect tea. Yeah, that went real good. Got some charms. Prof, why are you so close? Can you stop leaning over my tits? Stop touching me. It's tea time. It's like, no. No, I can't. I have to just be
Let
in
us
your
do this
hair.
together. Right. We will make this quick. Here is the result.
All right, good.
There is always more to learn.
Swift strikes. All right, that's good. We're all good. So, a seminar is probably the best bet here. And then next week we can do another exploration. Or I could just do a ton of explorations now. Seminar, who can teach who about what? Dimitri can do lances and authority, and that's actually not bad. Authority's good, but I could also teach a ton of authority to whoever wants it. And with that, I can also give some motivation back to students who desperately need it, and Annette could be one of those students. Annette, Ingrid. Didu teaches axes and fisties. Annette teaches axes and reason. You know the mission of the month? Yep, it's reclaiming Ferdiad. Swords and lances, swords and reason, swords and faith. Lances and authority. Lances and faith. Yeah, like there's things I could teach. It's just a matter of figuring out who needs it. Like, authority is good for basically everybody. So I'm thinking I'll do this one. I just have to change around a few goals for it. So right now it's Annette and Ingrid, and I definitely want those two. I'd also like Dimitri to be in there because he's only got a B+. So we'll put him on axes and authority really quickly. We'll drop out Dorothea. Actually, she's not caring about authority at the moment, so that means if I give somebody else an express interest in authority, they should override her. Leone could use some authority. Then you can use those wonderful Dusker heavy soldiers and just be untouchable. Seminar. So now we have Annette, Ingrid, Leone, and Dimitri. Those guys are all good. I need somebody to override Dorothea and Sedith. Nobody teaches move type stuff in seminars. Yeah, that would be really good. Who else needs authority? Shamir could use some authority, 'tis true. Axes and authority. Okay, so you're good. Gilbert's got a C. And job. Flane has a C+. Yeah, if she could get to B, that'd be good too. So if we give you faith and authority, now we go back to the seminar. I have Dimitri, Annette. Damn it, Dorothea, get out of here. Ingrid, where are you, Ingrid? You have authority, like, marked down here. Dorothea, put you on, like, swords and faith or something. Expressly don't be here for authority, please. Damn it! Alright, what if I drop, Shamir's? I can't get her out of the authority seminar. So if that has to be, then that has to be. Now it's Zenith is back again! Oh my god, get out of my class! Why not drop Dorothea's sword? I'm putting her towards Mortal Savant. Oh, I see what you're saying. She's here for swords. Right, I forgot about that. Okay. Goals. Dorothea, work on faith and reason temporarily, and Seteth, get you off of authority entirely. Put you on lances and, like, flying or something. Now we can put you back onto axes and authority. Seminar. There we go. That's more like it. Teach. No, I'm not planning necessarily on using Dorothea, but I'm planning to make her able to be a master class, just in case.
I'm starting to get it.
Let's see it in action. Aha!
I'm finding my focus.
Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Motivation of attendees increased by 50. Okay. Time for another instruction. Yeah, we gotta plow through this month. It's already almost 11 o'clock. Group tasks, you guys are still fine where you're at. Goals, I have to reset all of these people who I just fucked up. Axes and flying, Dedu is fine. It's gonna take him a while to get through War Master, isn't it? Felix is good. Sylvain and Annette has reason and authority. You're fine with that. Ingrid is on lances and flying. Switch that back. No. Flying and... yeah, let's put you on lances and authority until you get to A+. That's fine. Bernadette is good where she's at. Dorothea is on swords and reason. Marianne, fine where you're at. Leonie, authority and... axes. If I want, yeah, we'll put you on. Bows and authority, yeah. Learn some more authority points. That'll be good for you. Flane on faith and riding, or I guess lances and riding. Okay, you work on that stuff. Hanneman is good. Dorothy is good. Gilbert's fine. Catherine's fine. Shamir, axes and a little bit of flying. Okay, cool. Instruction time. Got a bunch of people that are only at half authority, and I'd like to make the most of this, so I'm going to make sure that I only go for the people who are completely tapped out. Annette. What do I need out of you? More faith would be good for a holy spell. And more reason to get yourself up to that next crazy spell.
Yes.
Good. That's how I caught to do up to speed. Stick the EXP gem on her, leave her as an adjutant. Solo a training map with that primary unit gives a ton of XP. That's a form of grinding. I don't want to do that, Mithril. We've talked about that. Ingrid's fine. Dorothy is fine. Leonie, well, we can teach you some stuff. If you wanted to be a bow knight, you need More bow and riding skill. Okay. Those are both things that you are very good at and want to learn. So I'll put you through riding first. Even though I think you're getting some of this every time right now because you're a heavy armor. You're a great knight.
Nope.
The only grinding Kublis wants with Dorothy is the private kind. Shh. Don't say nothing to her. Set is good, handjob's good, Flame, Catherine. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put something towards some units who have half experience because I just don't want to spend time training a bunch of the other ones. Yes.
All due to your coaching.
Good. So I get one more out of Dimitri.
All due to your coaching.
Yeah, he's good. He's good at making up for lost time. I can definitely straight up teach Felix some things. Like if he gets to A rank in Fisties, what is that gonna give me?
It was nothing. It was quite an...
Oh, right, just Brawling Prowess level 4. Oh, but that was only B+. Right, yes. Keep going on Fisties.
It was nothing.
Sylvain could learn some more holy stuff, and you've got plenty of learning points to go, so we'll put you through some faith training.
What?
Ingrid, Dorothea, didn't you have a faith point that I never finished up? Yes. Cool. The unit now excels in the faith skill.
I feel like I learned something new.
Wonderful. Okay, so you have faith that you don't hate anymore. That's a plus. And from there, Gilbert is still one of my higher level units, and I'd still like to use him from time to time if I need another armor knight on the field. We'll give him just a little bit. No, I guess he's already good where he's at. He doesn't need more love. Ingrid, meanwhile, is one of my training grounds right now. I want to get her a bunch of just A+. Okay, that's all done. Let's go ahead and do the instructions, the training.
That went rather well.
Wonderful. Skills.
Practice is paying off.
I think I've got the idea.
Wonderful. Many skill ups. Not a whole lot of new skills, but we got the skill ups. Okay, this is another exploration week. So that we can go eat lots of food, do a bit of cultivating, try to fish up a few dried fruits.
Right.
Maybe a little bit of fishing, but actually I'll probably skip fishing. I should do a little bit of fishing. Most importantly, meals to get everybody's motivations back up. No peg poop. Harvest. Lots of good stuff out of this. Premium magic herbs. We will give, what is it, just mixed herb seeds? And vegetable seeds. Mixed fruit seeds. What was it again? Once people hit their master classes I want them in, I just try to get them to good authority or grind out an S rank or something. Hard to know what to do. Once they hit the goal, yeah. For dried veggies, it's vegetable seeds. Okay, so drop out the herbs and the fruit seeds. I'm just gonna go for veggie seeds. Like to plant the selected seeds and don't cultivate it whatsoever. Don't even infuse it with magic. You're fine. Let's do just a tiny bit of fishing here. See if I can fish up another one of them sweet giant goddess ones. Yoink! Caledonian car. I'll throw some herring bait in here since it's the super good stuff. I wish you had different forms of fishing available to you as you leveled up. Kind of weirdly like RuneScape. I've never played RuneScape, so I can't speak to that, but it being the exact same minigame for forever is a little bland, I'll get ya. Come on, give me the sparklies. Give me the sparkly fish. I want the sparkly fish. Sparkly fish? No. Sparkly fish. Yeah. You have a fishing pole, like why not net fishing, crabbing, or harpooning? Those would also be pretty simple little mini games to throw in, I guess. But with so much other shit in this game, I don't really hold it against them for not going all out on one of the side activities. Give me the glimmering shadow. I suggest throwing Flame in and have her spearfish in the pond. That's also a valid one. We can just like give her directions from the shore. Make sure she knows what she's looking for. Come on, where's the good stuff in here? I'm not leaving until I get one of them. I have so much bait! You know, one of them with which I will do nothing. Can you get goddess messengers with earthworms? I don't know. I'm kind of just picking random baits right now. I threw a bunch of my best stuff in here and nothing came of it. Earthworm. Optimal for catching uncommon fish. Live small fish bait that attracts extremely rare fish. Yeah, the bait for the extremely rare fish seems like the best bet. So I should completely run myself out of that one. Since we are fishing for the extremely rare fish right now, this is what the bait's for. Oh, purple, purple! So close to a perfect. Fodlandy. Challenging to ensnare, this ancient fish has swum in the waters of Fodland for countless generations. That's a special one. Yeah, I've seen the sparkly rainbow one before, and that's what gives the goddess one. But this purple is an interesting thing. It's a big legendary fish. Give me the good stuff. Yeah. Thought the Fodlandy only showed up in the fishing quest. I got one here. I didn't even remember a Fodlandy showing up for that one. But it was a long time ago. It's like 2 weeks. You expect me to remember that? I only have a few of these super rare baits left. Come on. Give me that rainbow. Shit. King, if you're talking, I can't hear you because of the stupid thing that happens with Discord from time to time. Give me a moment. Try.
Hello.
There you go.
You can stop fishing. You no longer need to fish.
I'm not doing it for professor levels.
True. Anyways, how are you doing tonight?
I'm tired, but I want to get through another chapter before I go to bed. It's gonna take a very long time if these fish continue to discooperate. Another Fodlandy! Woo!
Yeah, I feel you. I'm exhausted. I've been using my mind a bit too much. Ever heard of a little game called Factorio?
Yes, it's never been my thing, but I know about it.
Yeah, it's my bread and butter. I absolutely love it. I've been going kind of insane with it though.
Do you have a reason to focus on gold? I'm not going for gold either. I'm going for a specific, like a rainbow fish. Because this is the day when it shows up. And I don't have a specific need for it, but it is that day and I have a bunch of baits, so I figure I may as well make a shot at it. I'll go through the 16 baits that I have here for this, like, uncommon stuff, and if I don't get it in this, then I'll just give it up.
You see, it's something that you can collect and it's a random timed event, so you must have it.
I already have one. I have never used it.
Then he wants two.
Yeah, kinda. It's more like when I have all this bait, what else am I gonna use it for?
Mm-hmm.
I was aiming for gold shadows earlier on. There was another fishing event earlier in the month where it was like, that now's a better chance to get fish that cost a lot. Give me that rainbow. I've caught 2 Fodlandies in this already. Fish that are so rare, most people never even got one of them. All I want is a direct message from the goddess. Is that so much to ask?
Well, yes, because you're trying to ask a almighty deity that's probably busy killing and plaguing people.
She's not, though. She's in my head. She's sleeping.
Then she's just having a very nice beauty sleep. You can't disturb beauty sleep. Come on. You know what happens when you disturb a woman during their beauty sleep? Yes, backhand. It's not nice.
Did you say during her booty sleep? Because I definitely heard booty sleep.
No, beauty. I am terrible at pronouncing things. Don't worry. Yes, don't worry about my terrible grammar. It's just it's part of the package.
It's not
Valid
grammar,
element.
it's enunciation.
That too. It's everything. I suck at the English language, and it's my main language.
Just got you practice. You just slow down and make sure you're pronouncing things clearly and slowly. It is a trained skill. I'm surprised they haven't brought back that secret underground throne thing again. The throne that was supposed to let you speak to Sothis. Yeah, we showed up there once, and then to be fair, we were also brought there by Rhea, and when we went was when everything went to hell and back. And since then, we've been kind of worrying about the war, so I'm not altogether that, you know, confused as to why it hasn't been a big priority.
Oh, I got it. That place is cursed. That's why the war started. We went there and everything went to shit. It's cursed. It's obvious. We shouldn't go there ever again.
I mean, it's a medieval time. Superstitions are a real thing.
And they could be true.
Give me a rainbow fishy. No, I don't want
I'm going
blue.
to predict that on your last bait, it's going to be rainbow.
Well, of course it will, because when I get a rainbow, I'm gonna quit, so that's my last bait.
That's not how it works.
Are you sure? Is that an untrue statement?
True, because you're gonna be done, but I'm talking about your absolutely final bait, not your just like, oh hey, I got it now.
Give me the fish. Give me the fishy. Don't make me go and get Flame and throw her in here. She will hunt it down for me. You don't want Flame to come down and root you out of the mud. You would much rather be hooked in the mouth by one of my fishing lines. Trust me.
How about you do it? Get all dirty yourself.
Look at my outfit, okay? Does this really look like something that would take to pond scum very well?
Kinda looks like you're a doctor. Like a Doctor Who doctor. But at the same time, it looks posh. Yeah, that is something that you don't want to get dirty because it'll be a bitch to clean.
The problem is that you're not fishing like Goku. Good, I'm fine with that. Why would I want to do anything like Goku? Goku is stupid and he smells funny. Rainbow, rainbow, rainbow. Give me rainbow, rainbow. No, not red! I know it starts with the same letter, but it's not the same. Yeah! I have 2 blowflies left. Speaking of clothes and water, the machine I had my darks in today didn't drain properly. That's a shame, Mithril. Were you able to run it through a super dryer cycle and, like, get it all sorted out?
The super dryer cycle. We just microwave your clothes. That'll dry it off.
I don't think it would. Like,
what do you mean?
The tumble dry
will just create steam, and the steam will. Oh yeah, that would be a problem.
Yeah, the tumble dry is better because it's constantly airing them out while it's heating. Like it's keeping them moving so that water can evaporate from more than just the outside.
Yeah, but I didn't say that it no, it wasn't a tumble dryer with a microwave in it.
That's the terrible idea.
It is. Water plus electricity should not mix ever.
That's that. Right, so the fishing's done. Let's head to the, well, here, let's do the dining first, and then if there's any time left, I can do the church thing. I think, yeah, I already cooked with Dimitri here, so who needs, oh, there's a support. Didu and Gilbert, yes! Yes, Armor Bros!
Impressive that you made it back, Dedu. It was you who saved His Highness from prison. We, all of us, thought you were dead.
My wounds were severe, but I managed.
You should know that nothing in this earthly realm can kill me.
So long as I draw breath, I fight for His Highness.
Is that so?
But in my absence, you have protected him. Thank you, Gilbert, for returning to us.
Stop. I left once. I have wondered if I will be forced to leave once more after this battle is
No, you will not. You come and live with us happily ever after among the flower fields, Papa Gilly.
Would you accept that? I imagine not.
Of course not.
You are still Gustav at heart, even now. I am not fit to replace you. Not yet. I still have a great deal more to learn. For now, all I can do is continue to be a shield for His Highness.
It is unlike you to be so talkative.
I could not be silent.
So long as you understand, I will leave the kingdom someday. It may not be until the day I die, but the time will come. This war. I'm a much older man than I was when it began. Sooner or later, someone must take my place. Do not try to carry the weight alone.
Mentorship.
There are many talented and well-trained officers. Work together with them to assure our king's future. Do that, and when the time comes, I will rest well.
Thank you for the advice. However...
Yes?
It is too soon to treat you like an old man. You still have at least 10 years of service in you. Fargus, no. His Highness needs you. Save the old man talk for when you are truly senile.
Calling Gilly out.
A fair point. There's no reason to let old age make one timid.
Even as I work to surpass you, I still rely on you.
Is that so? Well then, we have more fighting ahead of us to do. We should get to it, for the future of Fargus.
Yes! Good mentorship. Just train the DD-do. Make him strong, Gilly.
Yeah.
You're a brick.
But yeah, Mithril. Mithril, that really sucks. Jesus.
You need to talk about what they're saying if you're going to respond to them. People watching the VOD later can't read the text.
But yeah, so usually it involves the machines eating my money and them being broken.
That's rough, yeah.
That really fucking sucks. Jesus.
Okay, so eating time. Who does Dimitri need to work with since you are the hot commodity right now? Goals, Dimitri supports with you. So you'll work on me naturally. Him and DD will get together. Him and Felix will get together. I could do a net for one. Right, Marianne. And Flane has 4 for some reason. Catherine has 1 and Gilbert has 1. So let me just see what works with today's special. Not that. What's on the calendar? What's the day, the food thing today? Today's not a food thing. Okay, so never mind. Dimitri and none of the other guys. Dimitri. Show up on top of the list, damn you.
At least I never had to worry about the machines eating my money. For some reason, I basically have debit card chips. That sounds like a terrible idea in a public place. Do you know how easy a skimmer can be put on one of those? Check those next time before you use them.
None of those. And Dimitri just doesn't like a lot of the food that we have here.
So which one is your unkillable god?
What?
Which one is your unkillable unit that is like really fucking hard to not get killed?
Dimitri.
Dimitri
and Dedu. And Leone. And Gilbert. I have a lot of those. Yeah, so Dimitri can work with... Does Gilbert have low motivation right now? He does not. Yeah, most of the guys on the lower end do not. Even Catherine's fine right now. I'll throw Dimitri at Flame. Today's special, full menu, Dimitri. Need one with Flame now.
Not like a bank card, but the rental company gave out laundry cards. That's better. That's really better. That's much better because, oh god, that just sounds like you can get your stuff stolen like quickly.
Oh, this takes me back. I used to love this when I was a child.
This is
But whenever the
nearly as
machine is
delicious
broken, it still takes my money anyway. Oh.
Supports. All right, so I could get an A rank with Dimitri now, so that's good to know. What else is available here then? Who still needs work? Goals. Dedu. Who can Dedu support with? Dimitri, obviously, but he'll get that in time. I just had a meal with Blaine, so I guess the only other one for him is Shamir. You work on this? No. Okay, so Dedu and Shamir. Might struggle to find one they both like. I would hate to do this if I had all of the students recruited. Shamir and Dedu, there we go. Oh god,
yeah.
it'd be just too long of a list to try and do this comparison thing.
Yeah, someone actually already
this.
has recruited every single plus student.
Well, I know a lot of people have. I actively do not want to do that because to me, it seems like the whole friggin' point of the game is that, like, the point of the story is that you go to war with people who you went to school with. Like, doing that killing part is so much a part of, like, the weight of this whole situation. And they have, like, lines recorded to deal with that. It makes everything feel so much heavier. Recruiting everybody is like, why would you remove that? Like, to I get people want to, like, protect all of the precious face students, but it actually takes away from the weight of the storytelling to me.
Agreed. I agree with that.
Goals.
I just find it really funny that it's like, oh hey, let me just recruit everyone.
Felix can work with somebody. Felix and Sedith, I feel I'm not gonna get that support because I'm not gonna do this time, but that seems like it could be fun. Felix and Bernie or Felix and Dorothea. Who still needs work on that? I think Dorothea is low. Yeah, Felix and Dorothea. So let's do that. A special. Nope, not gonna work. Full menu. Felix. Where are you now, Felix? Don't know if I was able to find one that they both liked last time I was here. There we go. Felix, Dorothea. That's good. I only recruited Felix, and I'm happy I did. He's a really good unit. He's actually been falling a bit behind for me.
I think I like this.
That looks appetizing.
Like, he's still a really tough unit, but he has not had the crazy good level ups as an adult that others have had.
Yeah, I only recruit 2 to 4 units. That sounds terrible.
Sylvain, Annette, and Ingrid,
so
and
in case
Leonie.
anyone falls off and have backups. Fair. I can see that.
Sylvain can work with Felix, but I've already done him. Bernadetta, that's a meal we could do. Annette can work with Felix again. Handjob. And Ingrid can work with Bernadetta, Dorothea, Sedith, and Catherine.
Is that your nickname for that old geezer?
Yes, handjob.
Fantastic.
It's wonderful. I love it.
Yeah, he actually is kind of one of my favorite designs. He looks straight up like he could fit in with Harry Potter, though. He straight up looks like he could fit in with Harry Potter. It's really weird.
Who still needs work here? Pretty much just those guys. I don't think Leonie can really support with anybody else right now. She's basically maxed out among my army. I mean Marianne and Sedith, but I'm not really using either of those guys. Marianne has a weird amount of supports with my current army. I mean, Leone makes sense. The rest of them are a little odd. Let's set up Sylvain and Marianne. Gonna be real hard to not recruit Lysithea on Eagle, so I might break myself for that. Her spell list is too good.
Yeah, you just get it, Professor.
I like this dish.
No, you have to kill her. Kill Lysithea. Make her super dead. Annette and sure, I'll put Annette and Handjob together. Annette and Hanneman. I will do a full recruit run after going through all 3 houses at least once. Yeah, like there's probably a place to do it. It just I don't want to do it on any of my early runs.
Yeah, like that sounds like a oh hey, let's just have fun. That sounds like a hey, let's have fun type of thing to do.
Ingrid and who can Ingrid work with here? Bernadetta, Dorothea, Sedith, and Catherine. Right, I want to have her work a little bit on Catherine to max that one out. Ingrid and Catherine, there we go. Just consuming all of the food. All of it. Shove it all in my face.
I appreciate any good meal.
Eating food always fires me up.
One more. Why did I hit roster again? Goals, and Leonie's the last one left. But I can probably skip on Leonie and just go give her some gifts. Actually, I could probably just skip on Leonie, period. Get her up next time we come back. So what have I got left now? Let's go do some training. What's my supports at? Kublis is maxed with most people. I could get a bit more work from Sedith, from Handjob, and from Dorothea. And also, we can speak with both Dimitri and Marianne. Oh, hey, it's the dude who's just walking into people again. It's been many months, and yet he's still here, just walking into these guys.
I've never seen this.
Yeah, I was talking with Sylvain a long time ago right here, and this guy was still just walking into this pair.
Glad he never broke his script even after like several games.
There he goes. There he goes. His silly Billy. Okay, so what is it that I wanted to do? Right, I'll go do the choir since I have time. Thanks for helping me stay awake and alert before starting my midnight shift. I may chill for a bit more before heading out. Sure thing, Mithril. I hope you enjoy, or at least can bear, your midnight shift.
No.
Jesus, I need to stop yawning.
So let's go round up some of these supports, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Then we'll do the choir. Oh, and I can check the online guys again, too. Curious to know how Dimitri is doing. How you holding up, big guy? What are you doing?
Sleep evades me, so I thought I'd get in some extra training. I was just about to finish. Perhaps it is the gloomy weather, but I am feeling the sting of wounds that should have healed long ago.
What wounds?
The injury I got when that girl stabbed me after the battle at Gronder. Her eyes were filled with revenge, just as mine once were.
I mean, that was only like a couple of weeks ago. It's probably still not even healed up. Who was she?
I don't know, but I have a guess. I suppose I haven't told you about
I
that yet.
had a theory, though. What are you talking about?
I was attacked inside the monastery the other day. It caused quite the uproar. The ones who attacked me were some of the youths we taught swordsmanship to once upon a time.
Why did they do that?
It seems they were raised by a group of thieves we put down 5 years ago. I heard Lady Rhea took custody of them, claiming that the children were innocent. I have taken so many lives, and with each one, I face hatred. During the last 5 years, especially. My life was not so different from that of a wild beast. And that young girl's brother. At some point, I must have...
Yeah, I figured as much.
That is why I thought it only natural that someone would retaliate someday. Because I hated. Because I stole and... because I killed. But with those children, it's different. We drew our blades with the best of intentions, only to hurt them in the end. I suppose this is yet another thing we will just have to live with.
Don't worry, man, I feel you on that.
Yes. As one who chose to fight, it is my responsibility to confront this anguish and the true nature of war. Until the day my life comes to an end.
No, 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 no,
Dude,
no,
what?
no.
Dude, shh. We're in a support convo.
Sorry. Give me a sec.
We'll confront it together, man.
Thank you. You know, Professor, there's something that I only recently realized. I never knew it could be so comforting to have someone standing by my side.
Yeah, dude, you can't take life alone. Gotta get over that. Okay, one more that I can do here. Let's hop over. Personal quarters. Battle at Gronder is so sad in the deer route. Are you sure? Are you sure it's gonna beat the sad that was the Dimitri breaking, shattering at the end of it? Because I don't think it's gonna be sadder than that. Me and Camille were crying yesterday.
Yeah, sorry about that, Ryan. My mic stand was falling off.
Professor?
We're in another one now.
There's something I need to say.
This isn't like you. You're like Bernie, you like to be a recluse.
Sorry. How should I put this? I don't seem to be getting along with everyone. I don't contribute much either. Am I a nuisance to you, Professor? If so, I'll leave. Of course, my adoptive father may not understand, but if I
Oh, you don't have
must...
to leave. What about your adoptive father?
Oh, my adoptive father is one of the new nobles of the Alliance. His territory is to the north. He was a distant relative who took me in after my parents vanished. He's blessed with great drive and ambition. Some may go so far as to call it avarice. He hopes that if I contribute to the war effort, it will benefit our family's standing. If I left now, I'm sure he'd have a strong opinion about it.
I can see that, yeah.
Sorry, I strayed away from the topic. I'm not good at telling stories.
I feel you on that. I understand, don't worry about it.
Good. I'm glad. So, as I was saying, are you sure I'm not bothering you, Professor?
You're not bothered at all. No, you're fine.
Oh, I'm so grateful to hear you say that. What I'm trying to say is, you should keep your distance. I'm more trouble than I'm
No,
worth.
don't believe it. No, I won't agree to that. No.
You only say that because you don't know the real me.
I've been through your paralogue, girl. I've seen what your history's about.
I'm sorry, I have to go.
I've seen it. We're fine. Relax. Okay. One more. Actually, there's a few more sport conversations. We got Sylvain and Marianne.
Hello, Marianne. All done for the day?
Oh, Sylvain. Yes, I was just heading back to my quarters.
Well then, my timing couldn't be better. I was just heading into town and I thought maybe you'd like to join me?
I don't think I should.
This is not the girl you want to be hitting on, Sylvain.
I heard a story once about a beautiful maiden who was locked up in a monastery day and night. She was held prisoner by her own fear of the outside world. Then a brave knight set the girl free and took her to town, where they drank tea and talked for hours. So, my fair maiden?
Please, you should not waste your time on me. Besides, my adoptive father requested that I not stray too far from the monastery.
Margrave Edmund wants to keep you locked up, huh? I've heard he's, let's call it ambitious. Well, just tell him who I am. I think he'd approve. I'm heir to House Gautier, one of the most prominent families in the kingdom. I've got a crest, I've got money, and I'm stunningly handsome.
Yeah, but you hate all those things. Oh, that is a glare.
What's that face for, Marianne? Was it the handsome thing? I can see how that might have been a bit much.
I don't really know you all that well, but I don't think it makes a difference. I mean, it doesn't really matter to me that you have a crest.
Oh, no. I didn't mean you should find my crest impressive. I meant your family would, and you know what? Maybe I should start.
You are too used to just flaunting yourself, dude.
If you're going into town, please just go without me.
Oh, okay. I've got to get going anyway. Places to be, you know. Well, this is me going.
Okay, bye.
But remember, should you ever need me, I will forever be your knight, my maiden.
I wonder what he meant by that.
Don't think about it too much, Marianne. You're probably not ready for it. Annette and Hedgehog, here we go.
Thank you for volunteering to clean this room, Miss Annette. Most appreciated.
Don't worry about it. It's the least I can do to repay you for all you've taught me. It seems like a small payment, honestly. I wish I could do more.
Marianne begs to give that death glare some force. It had force here, but yeah, I bet it could be worse.
In that case, I have nothing to worry about. Do make sure you get the bookshelf as well. Be thorough.
The bookshelf? But it's not even dusty.
Dirt always lurks in the places you can't see. Best of luck on your hunt.
Oh, okay. Leave it to me. Ooh, there are a lot of rare books here.
Miss Annette, please stop jumping on the stool. You'll tumble down and crack your
Oh, but she's
skull.
excited. She wants to read.
Huh? Whoa!
Miss Annette, are you all right? Can you
Also, why are
stand?
you here? If she's cleaning the room, are you just watching?
Yes, I'm fine. Sorry.
What a blessing. Neither the books nor yourself came to any harm. Here, I'll help you clear them up. Oh my, the inside of this bookshelf is quite filthy.
So dirt was lurking in the places we couldn't see, just like you said.
And we found it thanks to all the books falling. Every cloud has a dusty lining.
This dirt is really bothersome.
Agreed. Shall we endeavor to get rid of it together?
You can count on me.
Steady. Don't go leaping about in your enthusiasm.
All right, that was just kind of didn't really go anywhere, but I guess that's fine. They have 4 conversations, so it must build to something. Just more student-teacher interactions. That's cool. What else? What else we got? I've got 4 things left to do here, and I said that I wanted to do choir practice. Oh, I have to stop in here too. Counselor. Sometimes I make really, really big mistakes, but I can't afford to make mistakes in the battlefield. Is there a way for me to fix that? You're a mistake maker, except it was one of your quirks. Stay calm and be aware of your surroundings. Yep, you'll like that one. Choir coordinator. Yeah, it was Dorothea and Felix I wanted to put together for this. Because they can both use the faith experience.
Oh, not sure.
But good. Now they get a convo again, number 2.
You're following me. Stop.
No.
I am leaving you alone, just as you asked. I may be walking the same way as you, but...
What do you want?
You've made it abundantly clear I'm not to want anything from you, including politeness.
She's really good. She's really good at biting.
I heard
back.
a rumor that you're planning to settle down with a noble. You're trying to get close to me, aren't you? You want to marry into House Fraldarius.
Nice try, Felix, but it's not like any old noble will do. I just find you interesting is all. Is that so odd?
Interesting? I'm not interesting. What do you mean?
I've never met a noble so... unsociable. Yes, that's the word, unsociable. Other nobles are quick to be friends, even if it's just because they might gain something from it.
The Empire's nobility, maybe. The kingdom's nobility is a whole different animal.
If they are, so what? You should care how others think
Well,
of you.
why though? It's easier not to.
Why? I don't answer to them. All that matters is improving my skill. I'll prove my worth on the battlefield. Those people care so much about appearances they can't even see each other. It makes me sick.
I like Felix.
Oh, I agree. What's important isn't how someone looks, it's their true nature. I don't pretend to know your true nature. I don't even have a very good understanding of my own. But I suppose you see mine just fine, don't you? Just a silly girl with no thoughts in her head except for marrying a noble. Yes? Goodbye, Felix.
Ooh, she's spicy. Oh, I want to know more about Dorothea. Already, like, Bernie's cute. I think I've already said this. Bernie's cute, but Dorothea is deep.
Hey.
I want to dig around in that head. And a few other places, but we'll worry about that when I get there. Choir practice is ended for today.
Yeah.
What else can I do here? I want to, who can teach me? I'm good with all these people.
About that last statement.
No, don't worry about it. It's fine. Sedith can teach me. Handjob can teach me. Marianne can teach me. Dorothea can teach me. Yeah, Dorothea's right up here. I'll learn a little bit of magic from her.
Yes.
That was I'm dumping you stinger. Yeah, and it's what he wanted the whole time.
It's all...
Advanced drills, teach me magic. Okay. Where is Setith at? Up here. You can teach me a bit about flying.
Professor.
Boop, 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 boop,
It
boop.
seems it may. Besides,
Advanced drills. I guess it'd be better to learn a bit more about axes or something. Or instead, yeah, you're the one that teaches me authority. Push me up on authority. That's that. What else is there? Manuela and Catherine, but I've already maxed both of them. Supports. Dorothea. Handjob. Yes, let's go talk to Handjob.
Professor.
Handjob. Handjob. Giving out the best of his handy jobs.
Hanran deserves better.
Does he? He's asked me to get naked on several occasions. I understand it's about research, but it's not doing a lot to dissuade the dirty nicknames.
There's a school of stuff.
Teach me more how to
he's now it's deserved. Oh my god.
If they make another game like this again, then an idea came to mind. What if instead of preparing your students for classes, a part of your professorship is constructing the classes? I don't know, I kind of figured that in the early game, it really felt like that's what I was doing, because I was basically preparing a lesson plan for them and figuring out what I wanted them to be. Okay, I can get that Hanneman support real quickly, so let's do that before the end of the day.
Yeah, you called him Hanneman.
Yes, people with nicknames have real names too. That doesn't mean I've dropped the nickname. I'm not a goldfish, who, by the way, actually have more memory than the rumor and the common misconceptions would think. I screwed that up.
Yes, you did. I heard, you wrote about it as well. Common sense.
Common sense is the term. It's common sense that goldfish don't have memories, and it's fucking dead wrong.
Which means that there are some elements of your power that cannot be explained by current theory. Although this may lead to a discovery that alters the very fabric of Crest research. Oh, pardon me, Professor. I became lost in thought, and I do tend to ramble. I suggest we call it a day. Do you concur?
I'm getting tired. Please.
It seems that I have gotten carried away again. My apologies. I know you are quite busy. I become so energized around you. When we get deep into the research, why, I feel 20 years younger. That said, Perhaps we should discuss things unrelated to crests from time to time. Some
Agreed.
sort of silly, lighthearted topic might be nice, eh?
Do you have one in mind, like nicknames, perhaps?
I'm not especially skilled at small talk, alas. Let me see. Perhaps we should discuss... I know. Food. Not my strong suit, the culinary arts, but I do enjoy a good meal. Which kind of food do you prefer, Professor? Sweet or spicy?
Spicy, always spicy.
Spicy? Quite the opposite of me, yet you're an exception in lots of ways, so it's not altogether surprising. An old colleague of mine theorized that those who bear crests favor sweet flavors over spicy. She suggested that the crest
It's a weird theory.
some manner of influence over... Oh, there I go again. How embarrassing. We were supposed to be avoiding talk of crests.
If it's your strong suit.
Terrible habit of mine. Finding a way to turn any conversation towards crests. I really should find a way to stop that.
We can talk more about it if you really wanna.
That is kind of you, Professor. But
I mean,
it's
I can put up with it.
If you were to lose your patience with me, it could have an incalculable impact on my research. That sort of thing has happened in the past, you know. Back when I was still in the Empire, at first, any lady I was spending time with would titter and say she didn't mind if I talked about crests. But at some point, she would always become fed up and stop listening to what I had to say. In the end, invariably, while I was particularly focused on my research, she would write to say we were done.
He's a lonely old man that is just kind of stuck in what he likes. I identify with that.
I will do everything I can to keep that from happening this time.
Did Kublis ever master her special class? Yes, I did. I believe I got, what was the class I got from that? I got, I think, Model Leader from that. No, I got Sacred Power. Adjacent allies deal 3 extra damage and take 3 less. So that's what I got for mastering up the Enlightened One class. Talking about a passion is fine. It's when it's the only thing you ever talk about that it can get grading. Yeah. Unfortunately, that'd be the case. Okay, one more instruction. I don't know if Ether is in this game. I wonder what class it would come from. I do need to teach... So, Didu is still working on riding. Is there anybody else that could use riding work? I mean, yeah, because he doesn't need to work with Gilbert anymore. Who else could Didu get some experience with? Dimitri's somebody. Flane could also use some riding work, yeah. So that's fine. Goals. I believe the goals are still all set. Let's do some instructions. Why I tend to swing too far in the opposite direction and rarely talk about things I enjoy unless the other person is interested in it too. I'm just bad at talking to people. I am abysmal at small talk. I rarely get myself impassioned and inflamed when talking about something if they're not showing an interest in it. Like, I'm pretty quick to just shrug it off, but I'm also terrible at feigning interest in something that I just don't care about, which is most things. So, small talk is just very difficult for me.
I feel you. I have some issues myself with my own conversations.
So Dimitri.
Bunch of tangents.
This one. Oh,
Bam. Okay, good. Still working on your flying. You are how far off from Wyvern? You're at 29%. You're getting closer. Okay, who else? Push Flame through some riding training too. Since you are going to master Gremory, there's like no question about it, and I need you to have some kind of a backup. If you were to take on the Holy Knight test, you are still at an abysmal 0% because your riding is just that bad. Dorothea is fine now. You know enough faith to have a few magic spells. Yeah, you know heal, so I can put you out on the field and get you some cheap experience that way if we need to. Ingrid, still want to give you authority training, because you need to be able to pick up those wyverns. Or that Pegasus troop, whatever it is. I have an A rank flyer.
Oh. That was just...
Dee-dee-doo, let's push you through on your knuckles some more. You're not wearing armor out in the field anymore, so you're not working on your heavy armor skill. Oh, wait, no, I wanted to put you through riding so that you could pick up Great Knight. That's what it was. Later, Mithril. Annette is fine on pretty much everything she's got. Sure, I'll teach Manuela some more riding skill. Let's try to push her a little bit closer towards that Holy Knight.
I suppose it's working.
Although she was already basically like ready to go on it, so now if I check her on Holy Knight, she's got a 69% chance. That's worth taking a gamble on.
Now you're thinking of me. Like me.
What?
Now you're thinking like me.
Catherine... Shamir is also fine. Felix on Fisties, Annette on Authority and Reason and Faith. Yeah, let's just let Annette kind of focus on what she's doing here. Give her some more, Alright, I take it back. I don't know what to do with her right now. Axe, heavy armor, and riding. Catherine needs a lot of stuff. Push you through some more riding skill. Just want to see her get in all that armor on a horse. It's all I've wanted from her for so long. So Shamir is, yeah, Shamir's still good. Though if I wanted to put her, I guess I've already figured that out. She can be a paladin and get Ether or Aegis, not Ether. She can get Aegis or just on her own. Handjob's good. Manuel I've already trained. Flame, I think I've also already trained here. Yup. So I'll just give Felix some more work. Push you up to C+. No, I guess I don't have... whatever. It's another rank up. It gives you the Faith level 3 if you need it, and then some Fisties. Okay, cool. I think that's all done. Begin the training. Whew, man, it is gonna be a late night. Same McQuill day as today, there's a hymn recital. Yes, please. Don't you need Catherine to get to level 30? I often take her out as an adjutant, so she is getting experience. Hey, Dorothy and Felix again.
Not sure I should.
By complete random chance. It worked out well.
I'm getting the hang of it.
Hey, Dorothea knows Nosferatu now.
Neat.
I remember the old days, Manuela not being able
This
to tell
will
the
be
front
easy
from
for
the
the two of
behind,
us.
her thinking horses grew by photosynthesis. She's come so far.
I feel the same. Professor.
But no. The way I usually play Fire Emblem is I take the stupidest wrist, and it works out.
I've been punished too many times to do that.
I am one lucky bastard then.
Yeah, I'll do one more exploration here. We'll just max out the people who I have spoken to, and then do a last round of training. I'm also gonna hope that this is gonna give me the vegetables that I need. And it is almost midnight, and then we get to do the story mission, because I want to pound out the whole chapter tonight, so it's gonna be late.
Yeah.
Harvest.
Yeah, also, I end battles with my healer at 1 HP, doing my stupid things.
You're terrible. I did get some dried veggies, so let me check the quests. Supply run. Yes, let's go see if Gilbert will take what we need, or what we have. You're doing the story mission as well, yep.
Have my granted. Leave the negotiations a tricky.
Yep.
Thank you
Good, I
very
get some more
much.
renown. Bam, 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 bam. Wonderful. That's another quest wrapped up. Let's go to the dining hall. With how spicy Dorothea was with Felix, I wouldn't mind them getting married. I feel like they would have some chemistry, to say the least. So, goals. Dimitri and basically anybody, but that if Dimitri can work with anybody, that means I should actually figure out other people first. Catherine could do 2 more with Dimitri, and since, yeah, I'd actually kind of like that, since she's, I'm not going to get Dimitri again later, and that would fill in a little bit more of her backstory. So let's do Dimitri and Catherine real quick. Dimitri, where are you on the list? There we go. Dimitri, Catherine.
Oh, this takes me back.
Eating food all...
Perfect. Much more motivated. Goals. We got Dee-Dee-Doo, and, well, yeah, again, I should figure out somebody else first. The tighter ones are more important. Manuela, I don't think has supports with many people right now. Dorothea, Sedith, Flane, and Handjob. I'm not going to use Flane again, so her maxing out with Flane might be a good option here. I can find one again that they both like. Yeah, and I'm very rarely going to put them out together because they're both healers. This should work well. Lane and Manuela.
This is nearly as
This is a wonderful dish.
Perfect. Goals, who's left? Leonie, I can just work with whatever. Ingrid, it's the tricky one. Yeah, because Ingrid's already maxed out with most people who I use on a regular basis. I'm gonna put Felix and Dorothea together again because I want to. Just gotta try to find something that at least one of them likes. Here we go. Yeah, Dorothea and... No, Felix hates that one. No, Felix hates that one too. There we go. This'll work. Felix and Dorothea. That's good. Goals. Dee-Dee-Doo. You can support with so many people. Dimitri's one of them, but I've already used his. I've already eaten with Flame too, so I guess you go with Shamir. Menu to find the right one again. I think it's tricky to find food that Shamir likes. I remember, it might just be because, no, wait, there we go. She's low on the list, so it's easy to miss her. What does the orange arrows mean? I think it means that they get a specific boost from this, but
I like it.
Since they're already getting, like, full motivation, I don't know what the boost means. Is it like they're getting a bigger support boost? We've got morale meals today. And then Leonie and Ingrid can basically work together. Or I could put Ingrid with Bernadetta, which is another thing that I want to happen. So, Ingrid... Oh, Bernadetta hates the special. Bernie and Ingrid, there we go.
Ooh, I appreciate any good meal.
Wonderful, and goals. There's one more, Leonie. I don't think, yeah, Leonie's got some weird supports, as I keep saying. Marianne's gonna happen anyways. Sedith is about the only one, so we'll do that. Sedith and Leonie. So much food! Makes me hungry.
The flavor is...
That looks delicious.
Good, okay. That's all done. I've got a little bit left for the cathedral. I can throw Dorothy and Felix at it one more time. Just gonna mash them together like dolls until they kiss. Perhaps it's because I'm operating with half my normal vision now, but desk work strains my eye terribly. How can I best maintain efficiency like this? I wonder who this could be. Be good to your body and take a break. Overcome the strain with pure willpower. Have someone acquire eye drops for you. Yeah, that one. Eye drops, man. Medicine. Dimitri is satisfied with your response. Fire coordinator, Dorothea, and Phyllis. For my Blue Lines playthrough, I decided to use a random number generator to choose my unit's classes. I got Priest for Dee-Dee-Doo. Dee-Dee-Doo is a healer now.
Don't want people. No.
Oh, he must be struggling in that role.
That sounds really funny.
I mean, he's probably ungoddamn killable, but he hates the faith. So, granted, I did push Mercedes into heavy armor, so I know it's possible. Supports. Kublis and Dorothea, not Dorothea and Felix. Which is kind of what I was hoping would happen, but okay. I can also go and, who do I still need supports with? Dorothy is maxed, Marianne, Sedith, and that's it. Okay, let's go speak to Sedith, who is up in his office. I don't think using Mercedes is a good example given her current status of dead. She's not dead! She's just not in the war! She got injured and went home and now is helping people.
Professor.
Sedith, teach me about authority. Good. Past that, where is Marianne at? Right down here. Oh, wait, there's actually people up in the second floor this time? Huh. I never spotted them before because I've just started ignoring the second floor. Now I gotta start paying attention to it again. Damn. I used to think death meant so little.
I never used to care whether I lived or died. But after seeing so much death firsthand, I now realize how precious life truly is. I'm ashamed of how arrogant I was to think that death could mean so little.
Advanced drills, you can teach me a bit about riding and faith. I could learn them both. But faith, yeah, I have a boost in that, and you also have a bonus. So teach me that. Felix, all the way up here. That just reminds me that I miss Mercedes. Ryan, if you're streaming another path, then are you going to recruit Mercedes? Absolutely, I'm going to recruit Mercedes, and I'm going to push her through Armor Knight again. Because I'm going to put her in armor and make sure she never dies this time. He has to atone.
He'll need to excel as a leader if he's to make up for my old man's death. Though if my father could see Dimitri now, he'd be glad to have made the sacrifice. Don't you dare tell anyone I said
Oh, Felix has soft spots. He does. He can't hide them from me. Teach me about how to fist, Felix. Felix fisting. The best kind on this side of House Fraldarius. Felix Fraldarius fisting. The best fisting in all of Fargus. Alliteration is wonderful.
Oh man, I'm out of steam. I think we're going to head out, man.
Sure.
All right.
Have a good night.
Yeah, good luck. It's going to be a long one from what I'm saying.
Hey!
Hi, Dorothea. What's up?
This may seem a bit sudden, but I want to thank you, Professor.
Hmm?
That is, for letting me live my life the way I want.
I've noticed you've been giving me fewer of those soul-revealing gazes lately. I appreciate you making an effort to not trouble yourself over who I spend my time with.
Oh, is that it? I was judging you for being flirtatious? So you found me out.
Well, of course. Did you think I wouldn't notice? It's kind of sweet in its own way. Professor, may I tell you a story about when I was younger?
Sure.
I was an orphan, living in the back alleys of Enbar, until one day I was overheard singing. That was when my new life began. I was suddenly a songstress in the Mittelfranc Opera Company. Performers, nobility. I met so many people. But none of them ever really knew me. I was just some young, pretty girl who could sing. A spectacle to be admired. Even though everyone praised my looks and my voice, and they showered me with gifts. I knew one day I'd be old. My looks would fade. My voice would change. I wouldn't sound the same.
No, don't look up. Don't change the way your eyes looking. Give me that soulful glance.
I started to wonder, when I did get old, what would I have left? I'd be old, alone, and back on the streets of the capital, right where I'd started.
Nah, you come with me and Shamir and Dedu, and we'll just have a happy foursome.
That's sweet of you, even if you are just flirting. I never had much to begin with in life, and I worry that one day I'll be that way again. That's why I keep searching for someone who will love me. Someone unaware of the songstress, who can love a girl that used to be scared and alone on the streets of the capital.
This is sweet.
I wonder if such a strange person can even exist.
And the music, and the violin music, the strings. Heartstring tugging. Ryan, I'm starting to believe these plans of yours are turning into an orgy. Shh. Look, you know Dedu and Shamir, right? If they're not into it, they'll just tell me. We will respect each other's boundaries. I'm just, I'm not gonna be ashamed to bring it up as a possibility.
What?
And I think that's about it we can do today. Yeah. Supports are all wrapped up. Let's get out of here.